I need new names. I used all
Oh
my
yeah,
names
oh
last
yeah,
time.
we're doing cams. Silly
Oh, we're doing
me.
cam.
Silly me, we're doing
Oh
cams.
shit.
Well, that wasn't what I wanted. Go back to the grid. Incredibly silly things are happening. Oh, there's... I'm not gonna do anything with names until I know where everyone's gonna be lined up. The names are just gonna be wrong for a bit. Because Michael changed his name, so I don't even know
Hi,
what
hi.
he's gonna be. Hi, Dylan.
Hi,
I changed it to
Pablo.
something very similar. It went from Osamu drinks that water to one Scarfy's egg.
Okay, then you
So
should be... Oh, Dylan's gonna be in front of me name-wise.
Is that bad?
No, it just means I gotta move stuff. We're live, by the way.
oh,
Because I said we were going live at 10, so we're live at 10.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. Are
cool.
we missing Tommy though?
He's not here yet.
Okay, are we starting without him?
I mean, we just gotta wait for Dodge to get back, so... There's time.
I'm eating my brownie.
Ooh.
There we go. Oh, I'm not even on the right shows for the start, because I had a
Bro,
button.
all of my fucking Christmas lights went out behind my camera, so that it's like really dark now.
That's not good, Jackman. We need to be able to see your beautiful
I need
face.
more Christmas lights.
So Dodge is going to be up here once he stops streaming. And if Tommy shows up, he'll be here. So I will set it up just like that. Hey everybody, welcome.
Hi,
We're
hi.
just waiting for a couple people to roll in and we'll get started with the season. The second episode.
My notes. So like Jujutsu Kaisen though.
Yeah, I mean, I
Bro.
was gonna hold that until everyone was here to talk
Don't give a
about.
fuck. Don't give a fuck.
I was
Jackman.
I was gonna have us do introductions and then do the segment Jujutsu Stroll
Best
like
show of
we
the
do.
season.
I mean,
The
yeah.
Jackman Stroll.
Do you see that meme I posted last night at 1 in the morning? I added
Which-
painless.
Oh, I might
Yeah,
have
I'll DM it to you.
not.
I'll DM it to you. I'll DM it to you
Okay,
right
gotcha,
now.
gotcha, gotcha.
Is it stream appropriate? Can I put it up on the stream?
Uh,
Is it Jujutsu Kaisen related or no?
yeah, it's Jujutsu
Oh, yeah.
Kaisen
Is it
related, but
stream appropriate?
They swear in it.
Oh, we swear. So what? Ladies and gentlemen, there is going to be strong language and spoilers.
Ooh, pog
Sure, I'll
pog.
post it.
I'm gonna turn me down just
I'll
a
post it in
little.
winter chat.
Sure, I'll pull it up. Let's see what this. Oh, with the TikTok. Nope, can't do that. It's gonna blow the eardrums off of the stream if I do that.
TikTok hasn't blown my eardrums out lately on the links. Did you see it?
That's actually so perfect.
My bitches ass fat jello.
That's funny.
It's a video of like all the other students fighting. It's like, and then it goes back to Jujutsu and what's his fucking name?
Itadori and
Itadori and
Toto.
Big dude.
Taijo Toto.
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 And it's just like I love my bitches ass fat jello.
Do you want to message Tommy for me, Dylan?
Sure.
See if you can get a hold of him. See if he's. I mean, if he's sleeping and he's not gonna join us, that's fine. We'll just cycle everyone out once a week.
We're on a rotation.
Everyone gets a rest once a week.
I said he would be home at.
I don't remember
He
the
should be
show.
home by 6:30.
Fuck.
Which
I
one?
honestly don't remember a
Oh, I'll
show.
text him then.
That's okay. We'll talk about it.
Phone
Maybe
at
you didn't watch
40%.
it, and that's
No,
okay.
I did. I just don't remember anything of the show. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Depending on what it is.
Horimoria?
Oh, don't worry. Dodge will tell you all about it.
Okay.
Horimiya.
Yeah. That's slice of life.
It is.
I just don't remember anything. I've had a
Welcome,
few slays.
welcome, Tiny Tot. Thank you for once again joining us in chat.
I'll be right back.
You gonna go silence the dogs?
No, I'm gonna fill up my cup.
I'm gonna mute while I eat some chicken nuggets and we wait for Dodge to get
You
here.
haven't finished those yet, Sean?
No.
You've had them for like an hour and a half at this point.
Dude, you gotta savor your chicken nuggies. Like your chicken fingies.
Thingies.
Fingies. Dude, Itadori hasn't eaten a finger in so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely professional here on the Safer Slay podcast. That is why I said 10 o'clock we'd be live. And I kept my word. I just can't guarantee you we're going to have the anime content right now.
I mean, we could talk about some shit.
We could talk about some stuff. We are usually joined by myself, I guess, who is the main host, and 5 other co-hosts. It is me. I am Sean. I am joined by Jackman, who wasn't here last week, but he's here now.
I'm here. Is I.
Dodge will be back shortly with his camera. Michael stepped out to get a drink, and I think Dylan stepped out to yell at his dogs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with. We have 12 shows left. Last week, spoilers if you don't want to know about last week, so mute the stream for 5 seconds. We voted off X-Arm. You're good now. Come back. You can listen to us. So with the worst show gone, we can actually progress to the rest of the shows.
Yeah.
That sure shouldn't even made it on, but
I explained last week. We picked 12 shows, and then I pitched the bad idea of adding a 13th, and everyone went, "Yeah."
We
wheeled it.
We wanted that show on there just for the fucking first 2 episodes.
We wheeled it. It wasn't even the show that got picked off of the wheel, and it still made it on the podcast. Only to be removed the first week.
Hey, it was worth it. It was worth it. So what has everyone else been watching recently, other than?
Yeah, we can talk that.
Yeah.
Michael and I are basically watching the exact same things. I'm pretty sure, with the exception of he's maybe started Log Horizon season 3.
I have
Oh,
He's
that's
not.
something I haven't
He's
started
not
yet.
started Log Horizon.
I'm waiting
season
for
3.
that to get a bit
further.
But yeah, so me and Sean, along with our other roommate, are watching Code Geass currently.
I've already seen it.
Okay.
Our other roommate hasn't seen it since he was like 6.
And I've seen bits and pieces from when Sean watched it 2 years ago.
He knows how it
Gotcha.
ends, which is a very fun thing to bring someone into Code
Yeah.
Geass with, is knowing how it
Yeah,
ends.
that is
Yeah.
weird.
We just got through first season, so we watched the first episode of R2.
Which
Gotcha,
is my
gotcha.
favorite. My favorite thing to do to them was, yeah, sure, I'll show you what happens at the start of season 2. Now you have to wait to figure out what's going on.
Over the time between the podcasts, I spent more time getting through the PA Works catalog.
And
Dash,
watching
gotcha.
fucking Rando.
Dodge, can you drop your
Oh,
stream?
welcome.
I've been watching a very large amount of Dodge Play
What?
Rando.
Can you drop your stream?
I could, but like,
We're live currently, just saying.
Yeah, we're live, by the way.
yeah, but like, we're not waiting on Tommy.
We're gonna try to.
Mr. Tommy? Okay, I'm gonna eat some noodles.
Tommy.
Welcome to
Honestly-
Selma.
I haven't watched that much, other than like
Jujutsu Kaisen, baby.
Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah, Attack on Titan.
3-0.
Actually, I haven't caught up yet. I'm behind, like 4 weeks or something like that.
Michael and I are watching second season of Slime.
Yeah,
That
we're doing
too. Doctor Stone. is one of
I
them.
I need
Me
to
too.
finish the first season.
I need to.
Uh, The hidden dungeon only I can enter.
Oh, so I hear it's amazing. Should that have been on this podcast instead?
Honestly, it should have.
What should have?
And then of course redo of healer.
It
my
is.
God.
Can you see
It's
why
so
I didn't
bad.
want it on the podcast?
No, 100% understandable, but like, I just want to see how much of a shit show it gets. You know?
If it's a show that has a censored and uncensored variant, you know there's a problem.
Michael and I are also watching with a different friend shows that also didn't get picked this season, like Skate Leading Stars, the ice skating show,
How's that?
and
Wave surfing yappe.
Wait.
I watched one episode, saw the CGI, and stopped halfway through.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We like both of them. I think. I don't. The problem
Yeah,
with
they're both fine.
Skate Leading Stars pacing is an interesting sports show pace.
It is. It is a pacing.
Oh, is it?
It's
They
episode,
make
like-
weird decisions.
It's like episode 6, and they're already at the final tournament because they're only
what
going to
the
do
fuck?
one.
What the hell?
Yeah.
They're at the tournament.
Yeah, they're just gonna
Jesus.
go through the whole tournament. It's interesting. I see Dylan's eating. Have we heard from Tommy?
Mm-mm.
Who would
Okay.
be eating? Come on, Dylan. That's unprofessional.
Man,
Yeah,
out.
imagine eating.
Dude,
Well,
why
let's-
can't I see
Like
myself?
my shirt. It's thermal.
Let's give
Ooh.
Tommy a little
It
bit
snowed
more.
today,
Let's give
boys.
Tommy a little. It did snow today.
It snowed in Georgia.
Ooh.
Wow.
It was like-
Or it's half covered.
No. You guys.
It was-
have so
It was like
surprised.
3 snowflakes.
Michael and I
Wow.
still had all of our college classes today.
I shoveled snow yesterday.
Bad over here.
Guys,
I wish.
I've already introduced you all. Jujutsu Stroll. Has anyone here out of us not seen the newest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen? Let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh man, where do we begin?
Have you ever just hit the pedal so hard on a show as you go into the second arc, the second like
Man, have you
Portion
ever
of it?
wanted a friendship of a rival and a main character more than when Toto first met Itadori? And
I
they're just
did.
like, and he
They're
was just like,
perfect together.
we're best friends, right? We're gonna be
Yeah.
best friend. And the first 9 minutes of episodes, was it 15 or 16? Is just them, him just having this fantasy of them being in like generic high school together.
He's actually just getting more training from fucking Toto than he is from Gorjo.
yeah.
Easy.
God no,
God.
it's back,
And
it's
not-
back.
and not-
It's
did it
back,
again.
baby.
Hang on.
Gojo.
Gojo taught him a lot of how to actually like channel and use curse energy, but even
Mhm.
Gojo doesn't fundamentally understand how it works. He's just
Yeah, yeah.
fucking good at
Toto
it.
is a Zen master.
Yeah.
Toto fully understands it, like at the level that our villain does, basically.
So we've
I like-
we've all seen Panda though.
That was surprising to
You
me.
mean gorilla?
I mean, also Gorilla,
Also
and
Gorilla. Something else.
something else.
Yeah, what's the female form?
We
I'm gonna
don't
Sister.
know.
I'm gonna base it off of another show we have this season. The only 3 types of animals that exist in the world are pandas, gorillas, and horses. So she must be a horse. That's gotta be it.
It's a gentler side, right?
Is it like a
See, if you-
koala?
No.
I feel like it
Okay,
might be.
So what we know is
Think
that
it's
the
another
panda
bear?
form is the all arounder.
Yeah.
It's the normal. The offense. Then what's the opposite of offense? That defense or speed?
Defense.
Is it a turtle? Because that'd be fucking
No.
funny.
I feel like
I
it's
feel
another
like
bear.
It's gonna be
Well, not
another bear.
Another
I feel
another
like.
mammal. A gorilla's
like
not a bear.
humanoid.
Sorry. Yeah, it's gonna be like
Yeah,
another
yeah.
mammal.
Bipedal.
Okay, but have you seen TMNT? But though, they be humanoid.
I could
Watch Kiba
I could
from
see it
Naruto.
being like, what if it's like a sloth or something like that?
I
Could
think
be
it's
a red
Because,
panda.
like-
It's a red panda.
Could be a red panda. That'd be cool.
It's Master Shifu.
I don't think it's another panda. I think it's gonna be like a different animal.
It's a tanuki.
It's a raccoon.
Not more fucking tanukis, dude. I watched Nozaki-kun.
You
Stop.
can't escape tanukis.
It's a raccoon.
Tanukis.
Dylan, have you watched anything outside Jujutsu Kaisen?
No.
You didn't catch up on Boruto?
Oh shit! I forgot to watch that actually.
Write it
Is
down.
it
Dude,
actually worth catching up with?
When
now?
is
Are
My
they
Hero coming
Are they
out?
on 7th series of
Next
season.
season?
What do
I
you
thought it
mean?
was this season.
Maybe the season
Nope,
after?
Read it.
Should be the next one.
What?
Oh, I
I'm
haven't
disappointed.
been watching anything specific, but my friend watched all of Kaguya season 1 and 2 in like 4 days. and absolutely loved it. And Michael knows this because you were talking about it on our randos. But my buddy Spoon watched all of 1 and 2 and now is reading it, and I'm so
Good.
excited. He's like, I was like, do you want the manga link? He's like,
Yeah.
give me the
Oh, hi.
He's like, hey man, you got any of those links? You got some of that? Got some Kaguya links that going on?
Oh my god, Spoon's here.
For people who didn't hear us earlier, Michael and I are watching. I'm rewatching, and Michael's experiencing it for the first time with only knowledge of its ending, Code Geass, which is a beautiful thing to go into, not knowing how you get to that ending.
Yeah, except for the ending of season 1, which is bullshit controversy, but
It was. We watched through. I had them stop right before episode 22, which is the Euphemia episode. And then we went from there we watched the first episode of R2 and stopped.
the end of season 1 single-handedly, like the last that episode in season 1, everyone knows what I'm talking about to watch videos. The one episode in season 1 single-handedly brings season 1 down from like a 9 or a 10 to like an 8.
I like it a lot. I still don't have much.
I hate that there's so many better ways to have gone about it, and it just it's so.
I can.
It's supposed to. It's the idea. It's
No one
supposed to show
deserves
his
to have Code
hubris.
Geass spoiled for them because that show is a fucking masterpiece at ending.
You should watch
But
Code
having
Geass.
rewatched it, it does have some flaws. Because I just rewatched it myself about a couple months ago.
I've been watching a lot of D&D shit.
Oh boy.
We've been playing a lot of D&D shit.
That too. I'm caught up with Crit Roll. So I've ventured over to High Rollers across the big ocean.
You should
I'm
watch
watching their
Dimension 20.
I'm on episode 80 right now. So that's what I'm doing.
Wait, aren't there things like 2 hours long?
Yeah, they're only 2 hours long. 2.5 hours.
I need to send you the
Still
recording.
160 hours of shit, Jackman. Jesus.
It's at work though, that's the thing. So like
Pablo, I've watched all of One Piece.
Listen. I'm the only mentally sane one here. I figured that out already.
whoa.
Okay, redo it, Haley. Let's calm down over there.
Jackman, I gotta give you the audio files for our D&D sessions because we have a couple stacked up now,
dude,
and they are.
I'm so far behind. I gotta listen to.
Honestly, you can skip a
episode
lot
3.
of it. Actually, no. Episode 3 is the one where we build a church. That's a really good episode.
I think I need to watch that one.
There's a lot of foundation.
This is
goes into that episode.
Pablo's
that
campaign, right?
Yes.
Building a church.
You need to understand the church is a journey that has not stopped. You need to understand that to catch up to the rest of our content.
I like this. This is like realistic D&D where you actually have to do like actual shitty side quests for like 3 hours.
I'm so excited for us to become 6 in our D&D campaign, so we get our fucking ultimates from our champions.
Level 6
It's gonna be so cool.
Unironically, level 6 in D&D is just like in League.
I can't wait till fucking Pablo just like stuns 6 enemies with his R.
Shout out to Ashen Empire on their win earlier.
Oh, they win?
Oh yeah, they won
They're playing
earlier.
right now, too, actually.
Yeah, they are playing right now. But man, that game, Dylan.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you should.
It's really good.
You should watch it.
Wait, did they have 2 games tonight, Piero?
Mm-hmm.
Go
1
for
and
it.
8, and now they're playing one
who
right
did
now.
this
Hopefully they're
awful
doing well.
draft? Like, come on, like whoever did this draft is. All right, moving on.
Do we want to get into the podcast? We do have 12 shows to talk about still.
I think we should start.
Can we talk about X-Arm?
No, it's
I didn't watch it.
Can we talk about
I do have
No
news
one
about
watched it.
X-Arm.
It's the
This
best
is-
show anime list.
This
I thought
might
was the first week.
this might be the most important thing about X-Arm that you need to know.
It got
If
canceled.
you sort, unfortunately, no. If you sort my anime list scores and then scroll down to find the first full 12 episode show that's not an OVA and not short form, X-Arm is the lowest rated show.
Jesus
Number
Christ.
1 worst show in the history of
And it's
Mal.
like number
What the hell?
8 if you include OVAs and stuff.
Yeah, it's
What
still
the
pretty
fuck?
low, which is impressive.
On my end, it's like a 2.24 right
Like,
now.
why would
That's
you
what I
even
checked.
like make it like that? Like, that's just like that's mind blowing to me.
You weren't here when I said it, but I don't know if you've heard this from other people, Jackman. X-Arm is animated by a group of animators who have never animated anything before in their life.
I thought it was Crunchyroll, right?
But they don't. They just fund it.
Oh, they fund it. Oh, okay.
They like help produce it. I think.
Here,
So-
we'll put it on air. You just do all the work for us. We'll use our
And Michael discovered something about Crunchyroll and X-Arm while we were browsing it yesterday.
How much
Yeah,
did they pay Crunchyroll?
No, we were on them on the Fire Stick. We're going through, and there's like there's a specific section. It's the Crunchyroll helped make these section. X-Arm is not in it. It is every other show Crunchyroll has ever funded, except X-Arm.
It's not there.
Really?
It's not.
Holy
It's
shit.
in the
they don't
site-
want to do that shit either.
We had to scroll down to the simulcast section to find it.
I will say,
Yeah,
as an
Nice.
actual important side note and anime related, for people that have seen Kaguya-sama, the OVA chapters got announced of what they're actually showing on the OVA. It is like 63,
Oh, I saw-
84.5, and like 93, in which 2 of those are fan service. Which it's an OVA.
I saw My Hero release 2 OVAs as well. I haven't watched.
2 of them are fan service, and one of them is the Shokugeki no Soma parody chapter where they make food in the
good.
and so yeah, Kaguya's good. It's really good. I'm excited for season 3.
Last bit of
That
anime
is important.
news.
Last
The Crunchyroll Anime Awards for last year are around the corner. I think they're like a week
Oh,
or
yeah.
2 out.
I voted everything that had Jujutsu Kaisen on it.
Arbitrary awards, yeah.
I had to give Akadama best fight scene. That was the only compromise I made. But
I don't know. Horimiya's fight scenes have been pretty pog.
let's I guess I'll No, I'm talking next. Someone else who want what we don't need to summarize. 2.43 Sennen High
It's volleyball.
is
it's
a
volleyball.
sports
It's
volleyball show
volleyball.
for those who don't
They're in
know.
the training arc for the fall tournament. They're trying to qualify for the big tournament, and
What
then
are-
they go through school training, and they're getting better. And the main character is the edgy setter guy, and he's not letting his friend spike it all in this training camp.
It's
And his buddy's all sad
feel
about
like-
it.
I feel like it's like the polar opposite of Haikyuu, right?
It really is. It's like
It's
wants to
like-
be a
Yeah.
drama. It wants to
It's
be a
the
drama.
same. It's a setter, and I guess like wing
wait,
spiker
he's a
as
wing
well.
spiker.
Wing spiker.
He's not a
Technically-
middle blocker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just like the polar opposite, where it's like instead of him changing and being like, oh yeah, I want to become good, he's like, no, fuck you, type deal. I don't know. I like it just because like it's volleyball and I think it's cool. I love sports animes. But it's like it's got the very similar aspects and then like completely different aspects as well. Which I think is cool.
The sports action looks good.
I agree with that as well.
Yeah, the spike he gets like in the game where they're
Yeah.
like finally
Big
get handed to
spike.
him. It's one of those scenes where like like where he hits the ball and you see the full ripple effect through it. It's such a well done scene.
You're
'cause
talking-
It builds up to that the entire episode.
Oh, this man's got a cannon on him, like.
Yeah, it's go-
There is a scene I want to talk about, which is when they're doing the training and they're like, "No, you don't get to. I'm not gonna set for you." And then our main character runs outside and gives the wimpiest scream on the planet.
It's like he's gonna do like a rage queen. He goes.
It's like he's upset that he died in League of Legends, but like his parents were sleeping upstairs. He's like,
Yeah.
ah, mm."
I
So
That's
silly.
my life, dude.
I want to see more of the rest of this cast of characters because I
it's all
think
right.
most of them seem more interesting than our 2 main characters.
I like the middle blocker. He's great.
Yeah.
Rugby
Big
boy.
tall guy. Lights out. Go run up a hill, bitch.
Oh, the co-captain.
Yeah, the co-captain
Yeah.
guy.
I think he's probably gonna be he's like the most interesting character to me out of the cast that we have.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dylan, do you have any new thoughts about volleyball?
I actually like this episode.
Why?
I don't know. The only
He
part
did
that was like weird about it was like when he fucking spiked the shit and it completely flattened. I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense.
That
But
That's kind of
Uh,
what happens.
Visual
but, like,
metaphors.
yeah, I actually liked that they were actually like I don't know playing a game. I
Weird.
don't watch sports shows. But, like when they actually play the game, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like,
Have you
I
got
like
something
volleyball.
you done?
Volleyball's
Yeah,
lit. I don't
volleyball's
like
fucking
IQ,
sick.
But, like volleyball's lit. I love playing
Yeah.
volleyball.
I
But
love volleyball, dude. It looks so fun.
like I get the whole like drama part of it, but like I don't know when they actually, excuse me, like play games. It's fun to watch. It's interesting.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like with Haikyuu in this, I feel like when they are actually in the game, it feels like there's more of a game that's being played in Saren. I feel like when in Haikyuu it kind of like goes back and forth a little bit on both sides, but like this you can like get the full like scope of it, I guess. Like a little hard to explain, but
It feels more of a real volleyball game. Right?
yeah,
Not
yeah.
like Crocodile Basket felt like basketball until it didn't, right?
Yeah.
Like which like the manga author even mentioned like before, like he wanted to make it as realistic as possible, and the only person that really isn't realistic is the guy who's draining threes from full court. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, what you gotta subvert the reality, but at the same time, like this show does a good job of like it doesn't make you do that. It just kind of looks like volleyball, which is good for the
This is
show.
what it should be
And
because it's a
not-
volleyball anime.
It's not trying to be Haikyuu, which is what
Yeah,
I like.
yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
trying to be its own show.
It
Like-
has similarities, but those are strictly
course.
because
It's
you can
volleyball.
only
It's
have so
volleyball.
many character
Yeah.
types in volleyball.
We have a
Yeah.
tall guy and a taller guy and,
And
a
you have
not
a
so
short
tall
guy.
And then you have
short guy who
guy
wants to
that's really good
spike.
at digs.
You
with
have
a different-
anxiety character.
and you have edgy setter.
We have a post-credit scene here in this episode where
Ooh, I
his
don't know if I
cousin
saw
gets
that.
his ass kicked in a parking lot.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like, you can't help me because if you do, you will never play volleyball again. Because they will
Like,
beat you up.
Isn't his
Yeah.
cousin like in a gang or some shit? Like
Probably.
Probably.
what the
Yeah,
fuck is that?
probably, but we don't know.
He's
Wait,
your
like-
cousin.
We also have like this
Yakuza.
weird. We also have this weird thing where they're like, "Hey, she's your cousin, but she's not your cousin, but she's your cousin."
She's your cousin,
Hmm.
but she's really
Step
hot. Like
cousin.
you're getting that, right? Like so everyone's like she's your cousin, but like she's hot though, dude. Like she's your
Yeah,
cousin. Like,
that
it's like
part
what-
is just
what?
like, why are they so
God,
stuck
guys,
on that?
On the
It's
bright
your
side, I don't think that's going anywhere.
Yet.
is it her his cousin or his cousin? You know what I'm saying? But
Wait
no,
wait till the mountain training arc.
wait till she fucks his best friend. I'm calling it, dude. She's already into him. She showed interest earlier in the show.
Is that like we know Chica doesn't like females. He has never shown interest in a female.
Which one is that? Our main edgy
That's
boy?
the main
Yeah,
guy.
that's blonde boy.
Blonde boy.
No, Blonde Boy
setter.
said he's like
He
girls
dated a
before.
girl in high school, which was a complete shocker, apparently.
He even said he's liked girls before. And everyone's just like, you're not just an emotionless puppet. Like, hello, my.
Well, we don't have.
It's.
I
it's
like
something.
this.
It's
This
a
show's
volleyball
fine.
Show.
Yeah, I don't have issues with this show necessarily right now.
Again, I'm
Agreed.
still in the tier of like, there's one S tier show, and then the rest are like B+ at best.
Ooh, I have strong arguments about that one, but
That's great.
I feel like it's a very,
I will
very mild season.
I
For
think
me.
we have two S tier shows.
I can tell you exactly why.
What?
It's
Wait,
mild.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Because
whoa.
have you seen the list of fucking sequels they have to compete against? No one wants to
Okay.
go up against that shit this season.
What's the other S tier show?
We'll talk.
Cool, and I'll shut you down immediately.
Well, we'll see. This is it. This is the S tier
Talk about
show.
your
Definitely
mid-page
is what
song.
I'm talking about. No,
Factor.
this is Back Arrow though.
Back Arrow.
Give me 1 second. This is Back Arrow. Man,
I was thinking
Back
about picking
Arrow's-
this one.
Back Arrow is a fantasy mecha, and it sure
Mhm.
is a fantasy mecha. Dylan, last week you proposed to us that the last person to get into their mech always wins. This week, he was already in his mech. He just duplicated it.
Because
'Cause
he's
he
the pro
can.
tag. Okay, the last one to duplicate their
And
mech
clones,
wins.
the clones appeared later in the battle, therefore they're the last mech, so he won.
Never leaves the mech though.
Yeah, but he creates more mechs, which therefore is the last mech.
Which is so broken, by the way. And they're just like, it must be because he has no conviction. Well, you need a conviction to do it. I guess not anymore. Like, oh, he
Their
has.
explanation for every goddamn thing is he has no conviction.
Or roommate walked into the room, and this is the perfect summary of Back Arrow. He read the line, he has no conviction, that must be why. To which he went, what the fuck does that mean? And we went,
That's a
That's
good.
that's a good question.
What does conviction mean? Jackman, you haven't gotten a chance to talk about anything yet. So, what are your thoughts on the first couple of the Back Arrow?
I like Back Arrow. I think it's good.
I think it's funny and dumb, and I love
It's
that.
There's
Mecca.
what's
It's a
the
Mecca.
show? what's the show? Oh my god, it's another mech show, but it's like in like a
Another mech
desert.
show.
Power Rangers? I don't know.
Pacific Rim.
No,
Transformers?
In a desert.
it starts with an
Transformers
L.
2?
It starts with an L.
Is it
pretty sure.
anime?
Yes,
L.
No idea.
it has a kid that is a
I don't
drill.
watch mech anime. The
Oh,
Iron
that's
Giant.
Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, yeah. I get very that show vibes from this.
I don't like that
like it.
comparison at all.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be nearly as
No,
critically
no,
acclaimed as Gurren Lagann is.
No. But like, I get those vibes. You know.
Listen, as an
I get
expert
them
on all
vibes.
things mecha and Gundam, because these are definitely Gundams, as my friends will call it. Yeah, I mean it's mecha. Like they're
Oh yeah, I like
giant,
mecha.
they're giant
Yeah.
robot fighting.
I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool.
This
It's up
show-
there with one of the shows.
This show does something I really like, but adds nothing to the actual content of the show, and that is that its ED changes every episode to adjust
really?
to where the characters are in terms of their alignments with each other. So in like the first 2 episodes, I don't know his. Is it Shu? Is that
Shu.
It's
Shu.
The white hair
I
guy
watched
Shu
it today,
is,
so I know.
is running with his group of people, and then this episode when he swaps over,
Like Jackman or whatever.
he like just slows down behind everybody, and the main cast stops at the end and waves to him. It's kind of nice, and they add in the characters as we meet them, and the opening does that too. As we meet more characters, as we get new mechs, they add them into the OP, which is why we know Bit's gonna get a mech. Also, because of how the ED is, we know the inside of his mech's gonna be like a gray color.
What is his conviction gonna be? I'm fucking terrified. Like
It's
Yep,
gonna be
something dumb.
It's gonna be dumb. They're all dumb.
my conviction
I don't
is I pee my pants for strength.
There's a love-hate relationship with mech shows. They're always really good at the beginning, and then something fucking happens at the end or halfway through. Like
My
fucking
conviction is bury everything.
My conviction is I took a shot and I missed. And I took another shot. I missed again.
The show's gonna do something like that.
yeah. I'm excited. I like mech shows.
You know, most broken character in the entire show.
We also get some backstory for Shu and Big Boy
Kai.
Kai,
Kai.
and we see Child Kai take his handcuffs and just bend them open.
Iron manacles just with one hand.
To which Shu goes, "What if we just work with the system?" And he goes, "Sure," and bends it back into place around his wrists.
He's just got so much conviction. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Of course.
He's that nation's secret weapon. His conviction is just so powerful.
He's gonna be so pissed next episode.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we heard his conviction the first episode.
I don't remember. Similarly to how I didn't remember that the characters in Heaven's Design Team had a naming theme to them until this episode this week, but we'll get to that. I think Back Arrow is fun and goofy, and I enjoy watching it more than I can say about other things on this podcast.
Dude, there was a line when they met the 4 fiends where they go through all the characters, and the last one or the third one's like the woman or something, and it's like, yeah, women can do this too. And I'm like, what? I died.
I think the one thing that I feel like is going to continually bother me, I can't recall her name, but the one who has the mech that flies the ship.
Elsha.
Thank you. I'm not gonna be a big fan if a lot of this show is she can't fight, she's gotta fly the ship.
Yeah,
'cause
cowgirl.
what a great position to put a character in.
Literally just a pilot.
But
Like,
it might frustrate me even more if every episode they go, we found a way to ground the ship so that she can fight. That might piss me off more.
or if they just like,
Sorry, go ahead, Jackman.
we're gonna leave the ship somewhere so you can pick us up, right? Or it's just like, oh, dude,
Characters that are like weak, like the doctor guy. That totally isn't gonna be a double agent at all.
Nope.
Like,
What do you mean?
I'm excited for
That guy's
the,
not sketchy in any
I'm excited
capacity.
for, like, the ship getting grounded, or like she drops the ship and the cut to the crew and everyone's going ah, and then nothing happens to anybody in the ship. Like, mecha's a wonderful genre to watch. It's like some kind of drink. It's like, yes, I do like action, and no, I don't care about plot. I skipped the cutscene for the fights. Any other thoughts on our mecha show? Buckaero?
Mecha good.
It's
Mecha
most
good.
certainly a mecha show.
It's
It is,
yeah.
it is just a dumb
It's
mecha
just a mecha.
fantasy.
Yeah,
It feels like it feels like I'm getting heavy Dragon Quest vibes. Like, I don't give a fuck about this
It
show,
doesn't do
bro.
anything horribly wrong, but it doesn't really do anything to stand out and be a special show.
Like a middle
other than
pack
the dumb
show.
bullshit that's being confused about convictions.
Conviction.
They just have stand mix.
Unless like these convictions just get like exponentially just like dumbfounding stupid. Like I think that shit would be pretty
My
funny.
conviction is on Tuesdays. I drink black coffee in the
My
morning.
conviction is no mercy for those who flee.
Just like the
My
most
conviction
like
is
Conviction is,
drown
I'm in
everything.
college and nursing school. I still haven't drank coffee yet.
the
How am I
most
alive?
absurd
That's a
things
really strong
possible.
conviction.
My conviction is the opposite of your conviction.
I think my conviction right now is one day at a time. Right now.
Dash,
Yes.
talk to me about Heaven's Design Team. What are your thoughts on it? It's a comedy.
I still love it. I still think it's great. Like, first off, the opening I think absolutely slaps. Shut up, Jackman. Shut up, Jackman. I see you down there. I see you down there, condescendingly shaking your head. But like, I think it's cute. I think it's funny. Like, it has good moments. Like, I think this episode wasn't the best of them, but it had probably the funniest moment of all of them. Where at the very end, she's like, "Yeah, I cursed it," and there was like, "Are you allowed to do that?" And God's like, "No, go into hell," and smites her ass. But then we see her in like the post in the next episode. But I think it's funny. I enjoy this show. It's educational. I always like I like the guessing game of putting together what exactly animal they're making, and then there's the times where it's just like, this is the animal. How the fuck does it work?
I will give Michael credit. We sat down to watch this, and he went to me, Sean, try guessing what animal they're going to be making from how they talk about it. And I went, sure, I'll play along. And it was slightly more enjoyable to do that, especially when I get it right.
You guys are
He
the
got the hummingbird really early. He guessed hummingbird for the
I,
bat.
I guessed hummingbird for the bat, and then as soon as they described the next creature, I was like, oh, that's the hummingbird. I'm an
I
idiot.
guessed the hummingbird. The
I
moment they
didn't get
said
the
the bee, I'm like,
bat.
oh, that's a hummingbird.
I didn't get
I
the
didn't
bat.
get the bat at all.
I did get. I was thinking woodpecker, actually, because it was like cold. Oh, it's gonna keep itself warm. It hits the tree for energy or something. I don't know, for heat generation. And I'm like, sleeping is an issue, and they're like, sleeping's an issue. It will die. And I'm like, I'm kind of on the right track here. Like,
I was not prepared for the ostriches. I didn't know ostriches made diamonds.
Yep.
That's fucking wild.
I actually
like-
kind of had a feeling it was an ostrich the entire time.
They were like, oh, a flightless bird. I'm like, flamingos, I guess?
My mind went
Right.
penguin.
I think flamingos can fly.
They probably can. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I've seen photos of them flying.
I want them to explain penguins.
They glide,
design.
I'm pretty sure.
I want them to explain penguins design because penguins are my favorite animal.
So, I want to clarify. Did these characters always have planet-themed names?
Yes.
I
They
did
just
not
several-
realize it
Oh,
until
me and
this
Sean
episode.
only noticed this episode.
They only introduced them in like the first episode,
Hmm.
and then I think they have two names, and so this episode they use like their other name, like their the last name. So maybe they didn't use these names to this episode, but yeah,
What's
I
the
know.
idea
I know
is that their name,
Venus, Neptune.
like, they
Saturn,
don't actually
Mercury.
call them Neptune. They call them the Japanese word for Neptune. So, like, it depends on who the translator is and what subtitle they're gonna
Also,
give.
Yeah.
also the notes were different because like I noticed once they called the Mercury Sun, and then they put the actual name down there instead of Mercury, and I was like, I don't speak Japanese, but that motherfucker said Mercury. I watched my Sailor Moon. No, I didn't, but yeah, I enjoy it. Like, what do you guys think? Jackman, I know you don't like it. But
I feel like I'm in preschool when I watch the show. I don't know.
Same.
It's like I'm learning the alphabet from fucking animals. It's like, yeah, I just don't see entertainment in this.
That's okay though. I don't know.
Yeah,
Not my
I mean,
type of show.
it's like you all said, it's fun to like try to guess, but it's like you go back to preschool and you're like, oh, what animal was it? And then you find
Okay.
out, and it's
Who's
like,
that
oh,
Pokemon?
yeah, it's
This way then.
literally who's that Pokemon?
this way, this is the same stupid enjoyment that you get out of the mecha show that I don't.
That's fair. That's
Like-
fair. That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
Different
That's
way
fair.
of like, I enjoy the comedy. You enjoy just the dumb action. Like,
I mean,
and
I enjoy. Okay, like I said, I like them describing it, but like, I just like
it's not for you.
I just don't like it. Yeah, I just don't like
That's
it.
fair.
It's
That's
it's
fair.
Wandering Witch all over again. I don't know what to tell you.
Hang on. This has not nearly as much build up or hype as Wandering Witch should have had. Like, this is like, you knew what you were getting from the first 20 seconds of the show, where
That's
it's
fair.
like, God,
Yeah.
outsource.
I will say,
okay.
since I wasn't here last week, I did like the sausage part. I will say when the sausage animal thing was alive and it looked like a Nerf worm, I was like, that's a Nerf worm, and he was like, no, it's just a fucking sausage. I was like, all right, that's
what he
pretty funny.
wanted to do.
But other than that, I was like, can't do it anymore.
Okay, but did you guys not like the part where the bitch got smited, like, at the end, just like out of nowhere? Am I the only one that just like thought that was the greatest thing?
There was a sliver of hope. I was like, maybe the show will have a plot. And I saw the next episode preview. I went, no, it won't. She's just gonna come back like nothing happened.
I saw that too. I saw her and I'm like, okay,
This
like,
is
how are they gonna
this
write her
is-
at? They gotta write her as the kid.
Straight
Okay.
comedy the whole way.
Okay, but like the engineer chick is the best girl, right?
Which
I think
one?
her name's I think her name is Mercury. The one that is in the room that builds everything.
She's
That's
Mars.
Mars.
Basically,
She's Mars.
is she Mars?
She's
Okay,
pretty
Mars.
cool. I will
She
say
explains
that.
everything. I like her. She looks like she belongs in Fire Force still, but because she doesn't wear any clothes. But I can't blame it. You gotta tuck that fan service in somewhere, dude. Keeps the interest curve.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked a lot of this. Anyone else have any thoughts on this show they want to give as to why they dislike or like it?
I didn't have to fast forward this week because I tried playing a game with it. Cool. We've made it slightly more tolerable for me every
You
week.
did it.
Nah, bro, this show
Pablo.
blows.
I'm gonna pull the trigger on this one
Like-
before I do the back arrow, but I understand that as soon as I make this trade off, back arrow is gonna get targeted every week.
You realize Scar and the Praetor still exist on this list,
Well,
right?
yeah. Oh, hold on. I didn't say I wasn't also slaying Scar on the Praetor, but we'll get there.
Yeah,
That's a couple
for
letters down
later.
the alphabet.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this.
Damn,
show.
what did I miss?
Have you
It-
seen
it's-
Scar and the Praetor?
We'll get there. Because apparently Jackman had
I'm
thoughts
ready,
ready to
to
hear.
go to the next one though because this show blows.
I'm ready for the next one too. It's the best show of the season.
I don't remember this show, so I can't give a.
You don't remember Horimiya?
No, I literally, it's just like I remember watching it, but I don't remember anything of the episodes, and I just like it's just like a blank space for some reason.
This man just hates everything that's good in the world.
No, I like slice of life.
I like this
You
show.
should really
Hori-
actually pay attention to Horimiya. It's
Hori-
really
I
high
just don't
quality.
remember it for some reason.
I want to make an amendment to last week. Last week I said I didn't think I was too big a fan of that episode's pacing. I now understand that this show is doing its pacing intentionally, where it's certain selective things they're picking to show us strung together, and it's not always meant to flow 100% nicely into the next part, and that's okay because everything it gives me is good. Like I'm more comfortable with how things have gone for me. Just because in my brain, last week episode 3 felt a little weird.
Oh yeah, it was for
and-
sure. Like new semester, and then suddenly like
Yeah, and
it was just
the jump in this episode from hey, he's hanging out with his elementary school friend to Hori is sick. There again feels like there's a gap missing there, but it's fine because I don't need it. Is what I'm seeing from this show. So literally, the only real complaints I have with this show I don't have anymore. The show is as great as I thought it was. So I think this show's amazing.
what. So Jackman doesn't have really thoughts. Papa, what is your thoughts on Horimiya?
I still really like this show. I felt like this last episode was a little bit of a low, like a small dip in quality though, because like I don't know, I felt like
I think it leaves you.
I
wanting more,
like-
'cause it's only one episode.
what's her name, Hori. I like Hori. I like following her storyline and what she does. I think she's really interesting, but like they try to like make all the other characters interesting, and I'm just like, it just comes a point where I'm like, I don't really care that much. Like I just want to
Mhm.
see what Hori's life is like because she's kind of like the one that's like, my mom's not home and I gotta like do all this stuff
Yeah.
myself. But they're just like, oh yeah, but check out this purple haired dude, and I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, totally.
But it's
I
still
know.
good.
I-
But yeah, I was just like, eh. I could have
this
not seen that and been fine.
this episode was really weird, right? Because it's like they had up to the student council like little skit, right? Where like, okay, they're kind of buddies now, and they're kind of getting closer because of some interactions. And after like last week's, oh shit, I was making a joke, but she's serious, like in the cafeteria with a pink haired girl who I don't care to remember her name. Because again, the show is Hori
Ayasaki,
Mia.
think?
You remember two names,
Something like
Hori and Miyamura. That's it. Because those are the two characters that you care about. But I mean, I really just like how this show is projecting its characters for us, and just like laying it all bare without like just telling you everything, right away. Like they didn't have like an episode dedicated to her backstory. They slipped it into the middle of this one, right? Because she's sick, because she's remembering things. Shout outs to little brother MVP. He's the best wingman of the show, for bringing Miyamura in. But and like I do like that. Like it seems like they're actually progressing at like in the relationship aspect, right? Like this is something that you don't see happening in slice of life, and it's nice to actually see like, oh look, they're actually kind of like, it seems like they're getting closer. Like we had a confession on episode 3 with acknowledgement. We had one on episode 4 with acknowledgement. Like the question is like, when is there like another argument about the complacency of this, right? Because it seems like Miyamura and Hori are kind of content being as is, but both also want something more, but aren't willing to like change. If that makes sense.
Well, yeah, that was the premise of last episode, which I agree with. But like, I don't know. I felt like the episode's purpose. I felt like was to be like, I wasn't fucking kidding. Like, I love you, kind of thing. And they just like put it like bland in there, like it was a normal thing that like he was like, I'm okay with just like blatantly saying this in a sentence. But I don't care. Like, can we just go to the next thing,
I mean,
please?
at the end, Hori gives us the like, I don't want things to change, but we don't really have a reason why they can't.
Exactly.
That's
She's
like-
like, I like where things are now, but I feel like
holding
what
back the relationship other than themselves right now.
she doesn't seem to understand that it could be better, or maybe she's afraid it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
At the same time, I felt like you could have done the plot of this episode in like the first 10 minutes.
They're also building. They used the first 10 minutes to try to build the rest of the cast. And like
I don't care about.
they're clearly trying to set up our purple-haired boy with this green-haired student council member, or at least get.
Yeah,
they're setting up a long chain of this person likes this person who likes this person who likes this person.
Movie Crazy Stupid Love.
We're gonna have a fucking nonagon of a love triangle.
Oh no.
I don't think so, because I don't think we're ever going to get to the point where it's anyone besides Hori and Miyamura who actually matter in terms of how the relationship winds up. But I imagine we're going to see other relationship drama surround them, which I don't know how I'm going to feel about once we get there.
I think will make it worse for them too, trying to actually progress their own way. So it's like it's going to stall out, and I hate that. I hope it doesn't stall out. Like, this show is doing a lot of things right, and I just, every time I see those transition scenes or like the gray screens, it's like it's just like ooh, it's serious time.
Wait a second. I just found it. This I may just be insane, but the poster shows everyone's looking at the person they like, except for Hori, who's just looking straight forward. Ayasaki and Sengoku are looking at each other. Green-haired girl's looking down, while purple hair's looking to the left at Hori. Yellow's looking up and to the right at purple-haired, and then green-haired boy doesn't like anyone. He's just a little dunce.
They're like, we needed 2 more spots to fill in the graphic here.
And then the bottom right, whatever his hair color is, he's looking to the left. It looks like. I don't know, man.
It's possible.
I may have just cracked the code. I noticed it because Ayasaki and Sengoku look at each other.
We gotta draw
That was the only
lines.
reason I thought about it.
We need get the MS Paint out.
Yeah.
We'll
pinboard.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see if you're right, Michael.
The only ones I care about are right in the middle.
We'll bookmark this.
I'm enjoying it. I hope it keeps at the top of my list. Like right now, this is the only show I'm like, yes, this is I am enjoying this. The rest I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm here for the rest, I guess. Also, the opening is absolutely fucking excellent.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good.
I will give that.
Find it on Spotify. Don't read the comments of the videos though, because I heard spoilers are going around.
Yeah, apparently that's a thing.
Apparently, this is a really popular manga.
I may or may not have bought volumes 8 through 14 in preparation for when I'm done.
Fun fact: did you know the show had an OVA in like 2016?
Wait, really?
Not until you told me.
Yeah. News to me.
Are we good to move on?
Yes.
Dylan, talk to me about I Start You.
I chew.
Bro, like,
Fire
what
Phoenix.
is this show?
This episode focused on one character and introduced 3 more.
Yeah, that's what it needed. More characters, thank God.
Yeah,
I
more
told you they
characters
were
with less
coming.
personality.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh.
whoa. The one is stuck in a video game and is scared of the light attribute. Give him some respect. He has a pet owl.
I mean, like,
I have the same
Okay, so
problem.
what's the personality of the other two? Oh wait, they're
They're
just
simps.
literally simps for him. That's the only
Oh,
character
we
trait they
can't-
have. Other
can
than
we
they
say,
hate each other.
Can we say that on Twitch?
sure.
Oh, no.
You
Maybe
Said the
not.
word wrong.
can't type it in Twitch. You can say it.
Simpoos.
Dylan, please
What?
continue.
But yeah, like they just oh no, they're not doing that great at the start. Our records are low or whatever, and they literally have like 0 records. They're like, oh no, our records are kind of low, and they're like 0, and I'm like, yeah, they fucking are. But yeah, it focuses on the one character, and he's like drunk and shit at a bar, and he's like, bleh. And it's so fucking cringe, bro. Like I'm just dying over here.
It's literally what we signed up for. Going into this. Watching an idol show.
It's
And then-
worse than he thought.
Yeah.
You have to understand, the last idol
That's
show
true.
Dylan watched was Lapis. It didn't do anything idol related at all when we watched it, and they played a game of dodgeball in episode 3.
They
His
did cool
expectations were nowhere near this.
They did cool witch shit, and like.
It's just bad.
It's really bad.
I'm gonna take this
They
moment.
just bring in 1 second. They just
Go
bring
ahead.
in like new characters who are like cool in the show, and they're like they don't do anything. They're just like, yeah, I did it, and they're like, did what? And like, was an idol for like a little bit, and they're like, okay, for 9 to 5.
yeah.
you're fucking
I sold
cashier.
I sold one record, baby.
I don't know. Like this show, it's just so homoerotic.
Is that a problem? Is that the problem with this show? I don't think that's the show's problem.
No, it's not. It's another thing I don't like about it. It's just like they're like trying to be like idols, and then they just get in the like the most like whoa, my mouth. Wow. Like, come on.
Are we watching the
Nothing
same
to do
show?
with anything.
I don't think we are.
Okay, I might have been a little lost. But I don't know, man. I feel like they're like normal conversations, and then they just somehow there's sexual tension just randomly, and it's like, okay, what happened?
That's what happens when you're all hot idols. It's just always sexual
And
tension.
all
I'm
Dylan,
sorry,
yeah.
Dylan.
Oh,
Dosh, you're sighing a lot over there.
It's a
do you
lovely
like the show?
I love it. It's warm.
Oh no.
No, this
No,
is the
that's
worst.
Oh,
worst
okay.
thing I've ever heard this
Like,
one, actually.
Idly Pride, actual quality.
We'll
I
talk-
start
it-
to.
it's next. We can talk about that.
I start to. It's there. It is indeed a show.
They heard that there were 20 different character archetypes that are normally used. They went, okay, make 20 characters. Give them each one.
And then they made 5 more characters
I feel like they
and,
just like
and copied a couple of them.
they just like get like a
Yeah.
grab bag and just be like, Sundari. What's his name? That one.
Look, we didn't
Alright,
see
next.
Bear Principal this episode, so
That's always a bad thing. Bear Principal's the best of characters. So.
I like me Danganronpas.
I'm gonna take a minute to just channel Tommy for a second. The show's hot dog shit. I'm voting it off.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Big Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we go to the next idol show so I can call that one bad too.
Sure, Dylan, tell me why Idly Pride is it better or
No,
worse than I
it's
Start
my
You?
show. Fuck out of here.
Okay, so, oh wow, here's this idol show. How are you gonna make it unique? Well, they're all cute girls.
No
I said
one
how to
are.
make it unique.
There's a
Dog.
ghost.
No, they made it unique by having a
It's
character
already
die
it's
in the first
already
episode.
better. It's already better. Like
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like the most recent episode was just like, oh my god, look at all we're so. What was the one that fucking girl had like a mouth orgasm over the other chick and just zoomed in on her mouth? I didn't even know what it was for a second. I was like, is that her mouth? What is happening here?
I
mean, if you get-
appreciate when this show animates some of the dancing, it just shows their hands above their heads.
And they're always doing this. This is the only
It's idol
move.
dances.
Just do a little swirly swirl.
Just gotta.
So when we
That's
become
all.
when we become an
Fucking
idol
attitude.
group, boys.
We become an idol group.
This
No.
show is unapologetically an idol show. It follows all the same tropes that like 90% idol. This is literally like Love Live, but they're in like high school instead of middle school. Maybe I don't know.
this is Love Live, but with like lollies for characters instead of high schoolers.
So do you like it more?
No.
I mean,
As
Love
someone,
Live is a really solid show.
Love Live's a fortunately solid show that I do have in my repertoire of shit that I have watched in the past. And I mean, I'll give these shows credit. The music is okay. I mean, it's if you're into idol music, like it's not bad. But I mean, like at least we're getting animation and not CG. You know, that's
Yeah, we haven't had a full CG idol performance yet.
we take
And we had the two of them dancing. They were fully animated.
listen. We take the little dubs with the bad shows. You know, you gotta squeeze every ounce of enjoyment out of it. just to weed out all the trash.
Pulverizing
just-
a
I'm
lemon.
just gonna-
trying to get
I'm
as
just-
much juice.
Also, this episode's ED was an absolute banger.
I'm just gonna slow pitch this
I
based
watched
off
it
what
last week.
Dodge said. I'm gonna slow pitch this to the rest of the podcast. We do
Mm-hmm.
take those big dubs for the bad shows. Back Arrow is not an idol show.
That is
You're
true.
right.
That is true.
But one
It
has
instantly
good
moves
music.
up 2 spaces.
Listen, if we're rating them like 1 to what 12 right now, I don't think oh man, are either of those in the top half? God, there's some
That's
hard
the thing
choice.
with the season, though. It's like
I'm like okay, Horimiya, S tier, Wonder Egg.
if,
I'm
if
gonna-
we thought
I'm
if
gonna
we thought last season was a jumbled mess, this season is just a. What is it? What's gonna be number 1?
I'm gonna
Is
ride.
3 our third best show this season.
I disagree. I'm gonna ride my mediocre shows to the halfway point of this season and be comfortable with that.
Mm.
I'll tell you what I think the third best show is when we get to it.
But is Idly Pride worth keeping around over Heaven's Design
Pretty
Team?
sure I think I know what I think is the third best
No.
show.
Oh
Which is
god, no.
That's
understandable.
tough.
There's so many that I want off.
I feel like it's just gonna come down to like I feel like I have so much power because everyone's gonna vote off like 7 shows, and I'm gonna be like, we're getting off this one this week because that's the only one I voted.
Yeah, my voting sheet is
I voted
all
quite
of
a
them
few.
except
I
2.
voted- I voted quite a few.
Oh my god.
Only 2?
I'm
Do we
guessing
wanna-
Horimiya and Wonder Egg.
Oh my god.
No, I don't like Wonder Egg, but let's continue on to that
I
conversation
can't
later.
wait to talk to you about this.
All right, are we done with Idly Pride? Are we done with our idol shows that you guys
What's
mean
after Idly
out and
Pride?
now are suffering through with the rest of us?
Kamino
let's talk about
Jahan.
this one's like
I
Come on.
like this
Can you
show.
say any words in Japanese correctly?
No, I can't.
Kamino Jihan.
Dude, I like this show. I just like it. It's I don't know, it's just good. I don't know what to say. It's just good. I like it.
I mean, it's comedy of the season, but that's besides the point.
It's got I love how the characters bounce off of each other. They're not too obnoxious, but like they balance well, I feel. And I just like it. The abilities are cool. I like the main character just doesn't give a fuck. I like that. He's trying to learn. I just like it. I think it's cool.
Cool.
I like Emoji, I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
it. I think it's doing what it needs to do well. I think that it being a week behind other shows hurts it, but I don't think. But that's kind of a choice we're making. I honestly think this show's probably going to be really solid by the time it ends. It seems like it's a slow build show, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that for its.
I think it's up to date. It's episode 4.
Well,
No, is
we
this-
only watched the 3.
No, I'm asking, is this one a 24 episode show? I know one of the ones we're watching is.
I think
Ooh.
that's
Oh, it's a
I
back
watched
arrow. Oh
episode
god.
4.
that's okay. Yeah, Back Arrow's 24. Back Arrow's 24, baby.
How did that get slotted for 24 episodes?
It's an original.
It's gonna be 12 for me. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
original garbage.
Ooh, that's an opinion.
I watched episode 4 today.
That's okay.
Spoilers.
Dodge
Yeah.
did that last week.
Yeah, I watched episode 3 of Idly Pride last week.
It's okay.
Uh,
I do think the characters we meet in episode 3 are interesting to have to the cast. I think they add different personalities we don't have, which I think is nice.
Like dense.
Okay,
Is
like
it-
I agree. Yes, you added more personalities, but they're shit personalities.
But on the,
they just bounce off of each other.
but on the bright
Hang on,
bright
hang on.
side, I think the Fox girl has a lot of room to grow.
Hang on. You
Sure.
added personality. You added dense and ada. That's it.
Good.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Wait,
Dense and Big
ooh,
Mommy
you
Milkers.
added
That's all you
personality
added.
to the show.
Like,
It's shit personality though. Forgot to mention that part. Like,
I'm getting
just
confused.
the chick is literally the one fire leader or the one fucking captain from Fire Force. Like, she's the one who like steps on people and like they grovel at her feet. Like, that's all this chick is.
I wish I
She's
understood
so
anything what you're saying.
original because she's a fucking
She's got big titties and she's an
fucking
adult.
yokai.
Like,
or what they are. I don't even know what the fuck they are, dude.
she probably
They
wears
are-
high heels indoors all the
I don't
time.
know if they're types of yokai. They are a type of demon called Kitsune, which is a fox demon that uses
Yeah, they're
illusions and
yokai.
such.
They're okay.
Everything is a yokai essentially.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
yokai just
everything
translates
is
to
yokai,
demon
and
or
then at the
something.
same time, everything's not yokai. Remember this, guys. I will never understand it because the explanation to everything is just, it's a yokai. But her yokai personality is dog shit, and she shouldn't even be considered a character. She
No,
should be
it's
considered a villain.
It's actually demon shit. Dog shit's the main character guy.
Okay. He's got that hair
Dude.
though.
Can't wait. I can't wait till he just snaps, you know? It's gonna be like a mob
Dude.
psycho fucking
The man
thing,
materializes guns. Like,
Like, here's my thing. Other than the fact that, like, I disagree that adding new personalities made this show good. I actually liked the actual, like, fighting and, like, the usage of their powers and shit. Like, this using the spider webs, like, pull shit around. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
that's cool. And that's unique. Like, you don't see that shit since Spider-Man, honestly. And I thought that was interesting. The Fox Lady shooting, like, fire out of her fucking tail. I was like,
Tail.
this is cool and all. But then when they join, like, I just hate when it's just like, you beat me. Now I have to join you. It's like, no, you don't have to.
Well, I think it's
Fuck off.
I think
I
it's
know
more
why
of
joining.
she's obsessed with her matron, right? And
cool.
the dude knows her and she
Oh my
she
God.
he knows how to like make her feel bad from what she would do, right? So it's like, well, I will tell on you if you don't do this, right? And all she knows is that she just wants to be good, right, and follow like orders. But like, I don't know, I think it's fucking hilarious. And then the dude has like a little spider bump bite thing, which was never explained this
It's a
episode.
burn
That was a
mark.
burn.
It's
Oh, was it a
blister
burn?
because he was
Flames.
burned.
Yes.
Which, like, this show does a good
Gotcha.
job keeping that consistency of it in shots. It's really nice.
It's like
Gotcha.
the curses exist until they don't, or the
Illusions.
It's an illusion. It's
An
like
illusion,
genjutsu.
but it actually like affects the body. Like,
It's like genjutsu, kind of.
I'm just saying, my Foxman don't got no illusion. He got a gun.
He's a
not a
Tanuki.
fox. He's a tanuki.
I know your Tanuki shit anime. Listen,
He's a
listen,
raccoon.
Listen, this is serious. This is serious.
Mhm.
Anime. I had enough with your fucking Tanukis. Get that out of my goddamn anime, please.
What's wrong with foxes, all right?
No, foxes
No,
are fine.
Tanukis.
Tanukis are fucking just Annoying.
I don't
You
know.
watch
what-
Nozaki.
We do not condone Tanuki slaughter on this podcast.
We do not condone Tanukis on this podcast. I didn't say
I'm with
slaughter them.
it.
I just don't include them.
Interesting.
I'm with it.
Separate but equal manga for Tanukis. But no, I mean, Kimono Jihen is okay. I think it's interesting. I think the characters are really, really, really basic.
But he's trying. He's trying.
There's like
Trying
two
to get better.
personalities in the 7 characters, and you have dense and denser right now with hasn't done anything and edgy Bakugo clone. Like,
You right.
Yeah, but he's sincere though. That's the
is
thing.
he? He's
So
just
gave-
kind of an asshole.
He gave him his jacket so he wouldn't be walking around nude.
He's like
They fist
Sasuke, but
pumped.
made 20 years
He
later.
gave him his jacket because he also didn't want to tastefully cover up his nudity for the next 3 scenes.
Bro, they fist bumped. He has respect for him.
They fist bumped.
He's still a year older, but he has respect for him.
Yeah.
He is 14.
And the white haired dude, that shit just throws me off every time I hear his voice.
Okay,
Like-
he's pushing it.
It's like that's a chick, man.
Nah, Akira's a guy.
Nope.
I know.
But whose only character trait is that they act female.
Yes.
They're feminine. That is their only. Akira's a character that
They have
hasn't
ice
done
powers.
anything in
They have
3
ice powers.
episodes.
Oh,
Literally have-
I want more from these characters for sure. I think there's potential for all of them to be really good characters.
We just haven't gotten them to do anything yet. and
Eh,
that's
it's only
very
episode
sad.
3. Well,
But my issue
I'm
is-
sure shit will start flowing from their hands and all that jazz.
Ew.
my brain. my brain
On
wants to
that
like
note-
compare this to Jujutsu. Wait, like my brain compares the show to Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Because
Don't.
they're both fantasy shonen.
That's not
about
fair.
Demons.
That's great. Yeah, I compare this to
Jujutsu Kaisen
Naruto.
has 4 really interesting characters by episode 3.
And then it
So
gets
we
rid of
beat
all of
Nobara
them.
we beat Nobara in episode 3, I believe. This show has 4 characters. 1.5 of them are interesting, kind of, by episode 3. It's just, it's sad. It's not a bad show. It could do more.
Welcome to this season.
Yeah.
This is going to be
These
a
other ones.
depressing podcast for the
let's-
next 4 weeks.
Yeah, once
Put it this
once
way,
we
Kimono
thin it down a
Jihen
little
isn't
bit,
going anywhere right now.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's good enough to pass.
that is okay with me.
It's on the borderline of save and slay, but unfortunately, with so many other shows that need to get the heck out of here, it's staying.
Are we good to move on?
Sean, I can't say you keep moving Tommy's name to different parts of the pictures.
Let's talk other side picnic. We were all very middle of the road on whether or not this show is doing what it needs to do with its interesting concepts and designs, and it definitely still has all of those things. The best thing I can say about this week is that our main female kind of becomes a character.
I don't get it.
I like
So for
I
some
like
reason, they forgot she has a blue eye this week.
Yeah, dude, what was that?
For like a segment of the episode, yeah.
For the
No,
entire
the enti-
episode.
She,
I just
she
watched
always,
it. She literally doesn't have it the entire time.
The only scene where she has it is the flashback.
Hmm.
And we normally see her with it outside of the other side, outside of the other side. But then when she goes in, I'm like, okay, maybe it's just she'll have it when she goes in. Nope.
I'll take
But they
your,
remembered the glove on the other person's hand.
I'll take your word for
every
it, Dodge, but
scene.
I thought she had it on more than just.
I just
Nope.
watched it right before this.
That's
like,
why I'm
Michael,
gonna
from the
take your
scene-
word for it.
Even
didn't-
the scene where she looks at the glitch and it zooms in on her eye, it's still brown.
I knew it was brown in that scene, but I thought it switched
Yeah,
back over at
and
once she
that's
went
the
back
scene
in.
that was weirdest for me. Is why they
Bitch,
didn't
I'm
turn it
like,
blue at least
chaos
for that.
contact? Like what? Like
She's losing control of her Gios.
outside of that, thoughts on this show?
I think it's got a cool idea,
it's got good vibes.
and that's enough for me to stick with it.
it's got
Yeah,
good vibes.
it's
and
not
very
bad.
gay, and I like
Yeah,
it. It's interesting. I
Dylan
mean,
it's
is-
cool. It's cool seeing this two side of like the worlds,
yes.
and I think it's a cool idea. There's some things that are, if continued, might make it worse, but right now I feel like I'm fine with it.
Dylan, what do you
time
think
being.
about it? Dylan, hello. Flobo.
What's up? Oh, you're saying my name. I'm like, what are you
Yes.
saying?
On the other side,
Other
other
side
side
picnic
panic.
lost to me this week. I don't know. I kind of like Kimono Jihen more, and I'm starting to realize like I don't know. I just like that show a little better, and it's not like I have to like pick one over the other, but it just comes to a
Yet.
point where I'm just like, it's just
Yet.
I'm having this problem where I don't like the main character.
That's yeah.
She's kind of just like everything's like whoa, and it's like I figured it out. There's nothing that she just figures out. It's always like what's happening, and it's like oh, I just figured out 80 different steps to figure out the right answer, and I like the other character a lot better, which is why I probably didn't like this episode. And the like white haired like tiny chick, the lolly.
Lolly with a shotgun.
I don't really like her that much. I don't know. I just feel like the only good character is the blonde haired character, and then there's an episode without her. It really shows how kind of the show struggles without that character. This show also gets homoerotic a lot. There's always
Yeah.
sexual tension.
I mean,
It has the tag.
It's labeled as being that, so we
Yeah.
we
Oh,
went
I
into
mean-
this knowing
I mean-
that.
Yeah, I mean, but like she's shooting a shotgun, and it's like, okay, why is there sexual tension all of a sudden? What does shooting a shotgun have to do with
Have
this?
you seen someone shoot a shotgun? It's pretty hot. No,
Pretty sexy.
like
Uh,
I don't.
Go ahead, Dodge.
This is just a show that like every time I watch it, just the big like question mark is just like right here, like just like what is even going on?
And-
Like this episode felt kind of out of nowhere where she's just gone, and you're just like, did they like did I miss like a fight last episode? Like did I skip an episode real quick? Go back. Nope, it's just the big heads. Like, yeah, believe it or not, she doesn't want to go back to the scary world that's trying to kill her. Like crazy concept, and then it just fucking yoinks them back in. Like it seems like the more they go there, the more the line between the worlds is blurring, and that's very unnerving. But I still don't get it, if that makes sense. Like I don't get this show, but I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's interesting, and I'd say I like it just a little bit more than Kimono Jihen right now. But
I'm getting the vibe that the show would be better if it wasn't episodic. Or like every week.
This would make a good movie.
Yes. If this was like a 2-hour long movie, I feel like this would be really
I
good.
agree.
Or like even if it's like not
Three
like
50
2
minute.
episodes a week or something like that, or like a longer episode time. It feels like it stops and then it's like you watch the next episode and it's like, okay, where the fuck did we leave off type deal. And it's just like I feel like if like you're able to sit down and just watch the entire thing, you would be able to like see point A to B to C and all that. But I definitely think it has good movie vibes for me.
that's a really good point.
This is why we want you back always on the podcast, Jackman. I don't think we made last week. We literally all just sat here and went
It's good.
the whole
It's
time for
okay.
this show. My biggest complaint this week is that we get like this weird. You are inside the other side, but on the other side there are other versions of the other side, where she sees things that aren't. She sees things for how they are, because they're not how they are in the other side. It blurs like that you are on a different plane of existence, and there is a different plane in that plane of existence at times.
I
And
think
it's
the
a
idea
little
is it's like
weird.
glitches and stuff are less like, oh, a glitch is just a vaporization beam, and more a portal to a slightly different version of this place, maybe. Because that's what it seems like she does, is that she
Yeah.
enters a glitch, is where and then she sees demon version of herself that runs into a random hotel that's just there now. And then it just fades through a door and then ceases to exist.
There's a lot
now
of
they're in the blue
things.
room.
A lot of things this episode that feel like we get zero answers to why they exist the way they do. Like why our blonde hair girl is in like a nun outfit.
that's why it's like I feel like sorry, I'm back. I feel it's like it's such a cool principle of like you go into this world and you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know like where you're gonna end up. You don't know how to get back, unless you like follow the exact same path. And it's just like it's just a cool idea of like was it like especially like like I think it was like the first or second episode where they're like going up the elevator and like they're putting in the numbers and each like floor is just like a different like place and like you just don't know like what the fuck's going on in that room. It's like I don't know. It's just it's hard to place things, and
go ahead, Jack.
I don't know. Like it's good, but it could be better.
I made this point last week. One of the things I do like about this show is that the creature design and like the way they basically describe them like creepypastas or like just like folklore rumors. I really like that concept of the show. It's really weird that we get one in this episode, and it's like he prevents you from wanting to come back, and then it doesn't do anything. And we go into a completely separate random creature that is pretending to be the lost friend and looks really cool, but we have no idea what it is or does besides the fact that we can kill it with a shotgun.
So there's also like a cool aspect of like selling things, right? I'm not sure if that's like been like brought back up recently, but like I remember like one of the early episodes are like you collect this orb and it sells for a lot, right?
Oh yeah, the mirror.
I feel like there's missed potential with this plot point because
of like of just like there's like cool relics that you could sell, and just like I feel like there's not a lot of that being explained.
And we also know that our main character is from this episode, from her weird backstory we get dropped in the middle thanks to Shotgun Lolly, that like she's on student loans to go to college and she's not very happy about it, so it makes sense she would do this for money.
Yeah.
But we've kind of dropped that point to be like, but I'm scared. I do appreciate the small moments where she's like, I can do this on my own. I'm gonna buck up and save her. I just hope she doesn't reset now again to I'm scared again. I'm gonna be passive.
I think she's now in a state of I'm horny again, honestly.
I'd like her to have like somewhat of a solid character for the rest of this show to kind of I'm hoping she gets as good as our blonde hair character. Because I do really enjoy her, and she's definitely really motivated, and I'd like to know a little... We are really not talking about her relationship with her friend at all, which I don't know if I want to know, because I don't know if it's going to make it better or worse watching this show. I don't know. I there are some times where I feel like the less the show tells me, maybe I will enjoy it more. I don't know.
I think that's part of what makes the show what it is that the only information we know is stuff that Soro has seen online about these creatures. Like, she knew about the Wiggle Waggles, and she had heard stories about the demon from the second episode, the female that, like, that one. And she had heard about I don't remember what the thing's name was, the other side man. Like, she had read about them. A part of what adds, because this show is very much a thriller, part of what adds to it is us not knowing what's going to be happening. Just same with the characters. We never get a sense of dramatic irony that's going to be like, oh, we'll get this payoff at the end where it's like, look, they found it out finally. Because we're never put in a state where we know something the characters don't. We only know things they do, and they know more than we do about this world. Because we don't get information on the side about it. We learn from the characters from when they're learning about it. Which I think is a really interesting way to make a story instead of like throwing all the exposition at you. The exposition just gets explained by the characters eventually when they see it, or it just never gets explained because they don't know. So why would we know? It's not important. We don't need to know what that creature was. All we know is that it was bad, and it was trying to take her away into the sun or something in another dimension. Yeah, the show's weird, wild.
Agreed.
Ready to press
I
on?
I think it has potential.
Yeah.
Welcome to the season.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like potential of like the other characters there, right?
Just like everything, right? It's just like Glob right now, but like it could be really refined and like it's a cool idea. But
Definitely a dip in my opinion, though, from the previous three.
I think this is giving me
Agreed.
Wandering Witch vibes, guys.
yeah, that's where I'm trending
I know
right
we don't
now.
want to say the taboo, but
All right, we can talk about what's after this one. Is it Scar?
It is Scar.
Okay,
Oh.
so Scar doesn't really feel like it has a plot still.
Nothing really happens this week.
Nothing happens. Yeah, it's one of those shows, and you know what it reminds me a lot of? It reminds me of like X-Arm, where it's like it's just matchups. It's just like there's just people fighting, and there's like, why are you fighting? Well, I'm the police, and you're the bad guy.
why
Well,
are you
you're the bad
fighting?
guy to me because I'm on the other side. That's why we're fighting. And it's just like I feel like if you actually were trying to like catch these people or run away from the cops, you would stay together.
Mhm.
But everyone's just on their own, and then the people that are chasing them are on their own as well. It's like, bring one other cop, and that dude is caught in 3 seconds. Like, he is done. But instead, they're like, oh, I gotta run on buildings. It's like, okay.
This
What-
show
go
has
ahead.
this show, what it's been doing this entire time is it's introducing all these characters and showing us how they fight. Kind of like it's showing us what their powers are, what their tattoo is. But that's all it's done. Nothing has happened in this show other than the plot dying in episode 1 and being transferred to White Bread.
Yeah.
Fenrir exists.
Yeah, Fenrir is a thing.
It's the
Maybe.
loosest thing of a plot we have is
No, I
a
thought it
man
was
who.
called, like, Fafnir. or
No,
some shit like
Fafnir's a
that.
different one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fafnir's a
yeah,
different.
that's
Fenrir
a
is the
different
weird one
god.
with like the circle of flames that we just see like the silhouette of in the one.
No,
scene.
Fenrir's
Oh.
the Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 2 when you
Yeah.
beat Sephiroth.
Boo,
Fen-
Kingdom Hearts.
Wow.
Boo.
Fenrir just goes around
Hurt
and
you.
beats the shit out of random people, apparently, is what we learned this episode.
Apparently, yeah.
Man, it really is something when the police go, we're strong. The two of us, super strong unit. However, it sucks that we can't outmatch you when it's not 2-on-2. To which you go, that's unfortunate because there's literally 2 of you, and there's 2 of the other group, and this group has 3 people. That's
Just idiots. I feel like
I just enjoy our 3 groups: Helios, Artemis, Piss.
So
The PSSS, the Piss.
So I definitely watched the entirety of this episode from
SSS.
start to finish without skipping at all because I would never do that. And so I was watching a fight scene that I happened to stumble across. I mean, was watching in the show, and I was commenting on it because I
Yeah.
watched anime. Like main character guy,
Yamato and white-haired dude.
he's fighting white-haired dude, right? And white-haired dude is jumping off his platforms and stuff, and so he comes up, outplays him, shoots him in the face, doesn't do anything. This guy jumps off a platform, goes up in the sky, cuts to him right in his face. And then the next scene, it cuts to him on the ground with 2 cuts in his elbows, like bleeding on the ground, and the gun's like across the street. And it's like, how did we get here? Like, you jumped up and like took a fucking portal gun to his ass. Like, what?
but he wall ran and it was cool.
No, it wasn't.
it wasn't.
No,
No,
no.
It looked
I
bad.
agree. I agree.
I was
but-
with you for a minute,
He's-
but
he
It
kinda
looked as
slid
bad as
across
the
that
CG
wall.
bike in Akudama Drive in
I'm just-
episode 1.
I'm just making. I was
true.
kidding. I was kidding. I want to get that
Oh,
out there.
John.
I know. I hate it so much. Like
There's
this
a,
is the
we
more
start
most disappointing thing ever.
we start this episode with the silver haired cop eating chocolate as he like bounces across his floor.
No, he's eating a protein bar.
Protein bar. Sorry, yeah, it's the opposite thing.
He's
Yeah.
There's a
a health
difference.
nut. Remember,
All these
come on.
characters
he has one
have
character trait. He's a health nerd.
all these characters have one really small like odd thing that
Tweak.
makes them interesting, and it's like the Artemis guys is like the one dude's really into anime and manga, and the other dude just spouts philosophical bullshit, and then it's like the 2 cops, the one is just a health nut, and the other one just likes to bully people because he's older. Wonder where I've heard that one before. Kimono
Main
Jihen.
character is a piece of white bread.
Yeah, literally the main character is just slate main character, give him main character traits, and then Doctor is a doctor who doesn't fight, and we have
my name is-
angsty younger brother.
I have
That's our
PTSD with
cast.
doctors now.
comma main.
The
I think
Doctor in this show has like the coolest power set,
Yeah,
but we're probably
think it-
never gonna get to see it.
his powers is really neat. He can manipulate
Yeah.
wounds.
It's pretty cool.
He heals them, and then he unheals them.
It's also like the most broken power set. Oh, you got a tiny paper cut? Yeah, no,
Let me
yeah,
just
your ribs are
enlarge
broken.
it. Yeah.
I have the ultimate defense. Well, that's a shame because I can literally destroy the ultimate defense. Well,
I have the
shit.
ultimate- Yes.
Well, I guess this is the bad matchup. Guess I gotta leave now. Hey, you were about to win that fight? Nah, just leave.
I have the ultimate defense. Yeah, but you trimmed your nails too
We
short.
we gotta let him go because I'm about to get my ass kicked by one guy. Sorry.
By one guy. Tim.
I think the only part of the show I find cool is the names of the tattoos. They're pretty neat. But they're all like characters
like-
from mythology and stuff.
Yeah. Like
Cute.
magic tattoos are fucking sick. but,
Sometimes
Yeah.
I looked up some of them. Some of them are just nonsense that doesn't exist.
Yeah. The fucking
I don't
weird
know.
ice sword shenanigans, I don't think that was an actual thing.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything
That was the only- I
related
think
to
that was the
Herb
only-
and Gergen.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm ready to go to the next one.
I'm amazed the show made it one week, and then I realized we voted off last week, and I'm like, yeah, that's how.
I've never seen an action show have such good action scenes and then literally 5 seconds later have some of the worst action scenes I've ever seen. Where
Oh,
characters
yeah.
will just this show's I will say this until the show's gone, so I shouldn't have to say it again next week. This show's ground tracking when it's doing large panning shots is some of the worst I've ever seen. Characters
It
just
really
will slide
frustrates-
around.
He watches the end of this OP every week and wants to shoot me for making him watch the OP every week.
there's
Characters
a
out
scene
here
where they're
looking like
walking-
Luigi and Melee, like just slip sliding around everywhere.
There's a scene where someone's walking across the street and they are panning the camera. They are just like sliding left while walking forward.
Really
Oh,
bad.
no, I know what you're talking about.
I was complaining about a scene where like they're driving and you can tell the car's just rotating wheels and the background's just moving in a straight line. It's not like this Earth is flat. That's the easiest way to talk on the show. This Earth is flat in this show.
Hey, problem fixed. The anime is good now.
Oh my god.
Kyrie was right.
Oh.
Just the wrong universe.
Fucking funny.
Hey, Jackman,
Yeah.
do me a favor.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Skate the
You talk to me about the skate.
Bro, I like this show.
I also like this show, and I think this is the other show that should be like up top 3. Like I think this is the thing that's like after we're out of Horimiya Wonder Egg, it's this. I think this show's really cool.
Okay.
I like this show. I think I as a snowboarder, I fucking love just like the small shit that is applied to skating that is not even close. And if I tried doing anything like that, I would fucking fail miserably. And I love the art style. I love the music. I love the OP, the ending. I love the characters. I find the two dynamic is funny. I like the challenges. And it's skateboarding, man. It's fucking cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Stuff happens in this show.
Yeah.
It does.
I like
It
that.
does.
It has like really, really good pacing in that.
It's like, okay, I can see where you might not like it, Dylan.
No, hold on,
Because
He has a
hold on.
problem
I
with my
disagree with
point.
that statement. I don't think it has good pacing because every single episode has been the exact same. It's
Yeah, I
build
was supposed
up,
to say.
build up, skating. Next episode,
Yeah.
build up, skating. It's like
It's
I skip
yeah.
14 minutes into this episode and just get to the good shit where they're actually skating. Because all the build up, what did they do? What did they build
Well,
up?
Frankie had a training arc.
Yeah.
About what? What did he learn?
He learned how to
do
rail
the rail
slide.
dri- the rail
He
slide.
learned how to rail slide at a
The
high
thing,
speed.
the thing that Mia did in the race against Longa. That's about it. We also got to learn about Adam's
Family.
him skating upwards.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
We had to learn that that's a thing he does, and
You
then
mean- you
Longa
mean-
tried to do it, and then Longa
mean-
immediately ate shit for it.
Is love
Right.
hug?
I'll agree.
Yeah,
You
that
mean
fuck, that's what it
wait,
is.
skating upwards? You mean momentum?
Yes.
That made no sense, by the way.
He just
But-
turns around and goes up and then just beats the shit out of the other person, apparently.
But
Also,
like it's
Judeo.
consistent pacing, sure, but it's like using the same introduction sentence for an essay, 8 essays in a row.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
skate.
No.
I
Papa,
skate,
Papa.
boys.
It's better than that. It's better than that. It's like using the same exact sentence structure in every single sentence of an essay.
That's
You know,
like that's my thing. Like it's consistent. Don't get me wrong.
First
It was good
this,
pacing for, like,
second
the first
this,
episode. And I
third
like,
this.
and then they did it
Finally,
again. And I was like, okay, can we start skating the episode? Like, fuck it, let's try starting skating. Let's do that.
Maybe-
episode 5. This
Maybe
should-
they'll do that this next episode.
Well, like, let's start out skating. Fuck it. Like, let's just do a match right away. And then we'll like maybe he'll lose, and then he'll like
we're going
fix
to.
it then, and then we skate at the end again.
He wants
That's
to
too
much
skate
training.
with you.
I also like the bets, like the small bets
Yeah.
at the like the stakes that there is. I think that adds a cool element because like eventually I feel like he's gonna lose, and it's gonna be like, fuck, how do I get out of this mess now? And I like the ranking system and all of it too. I think it's just like it's cool because it's like this is like this illegal underground skate thing that who knows, maybe fucking cops will show up soon, you know? And like they go like down the actual city streets and shit like that. Like that's what I'm looking for.
What I love the skating aspect of the show. I also enjoy the parts before they do the actual race matches. I enjoy the character interactions we get. The goofs between the characters, I think, make them feel like actual people and skaters. Like, I think if you just skip to the skate part, like, you're gonna get the good stuff, but you're also gonna miss, like, the fun interactions that I think are enjoyable to see between Reki and Lenga and Catboy Gamer. Like, I think I think they're I feel like these characters have, like, they're moving to make these characters feel like real people, and like like this idea that you have this skater who's really good, like a prodigy, and is so good that all his friends left him, and then you have Reki who's like, hey, best skater on the S, don't talk shit about this dude because he likes to skate and that's rad.
Yeah.
And then you have this character coming to terms with, like, okay, I don't want you to get bodied because you're kind of doing this race for me, and you really shouldn't be. But since you're not going to back down, I'll help teach you how to skate the way you have to learn how to
Properly.
skate for this race.
Yeah.
And you're still not going to have a fucking chance. I'll tell you that so that you can try to back out of this. And I think it feels nice. I think the only... Shadow's a goof. He's just a goof of a character. And whether you like him or not, it's entirely based off whether or not
Shadow-
you care.
Dude,
Shadow's getting it with that.
low
that
key
flower shop
can
girl,
drift like a
though.
mofo though. Like
And like,
But,
I think the earlier episodes where we watch Reki like work with Lenga to make his board, I think that's fun stuff to watch how Reki's mind works, and I think it's cool to watch them train together. And I think it culminates in really good skate races that just work out. I agree with you. I would love to see an episode where episodes that deviate from this format. My brain doesn't click that like yours does, though. I know that's like your shotgun ready point to make, and I'm glad you make it because I wouldn't notice it. I turn my brain off and just watch.
I agree.
It's impressive.
I read the episodes in like parts because like I don't know.
Mhm.
There's clear like things that they do with like segments of the episode, like, and it just frustrates me when they don't want to deviate from their norm.
Mhm.
And it's like have a design team. Cool, we're gonna make a fucking animal. All right, and it's gonna be all funny and quirky because it's wrong how it normally should be. And then they randomly make it, and God has spoken. Ding! But, like, imagine if they did something different with it. Like, I was actually like, we already talked about having this idea. I'm going back. I'm sorry. But, like, that show, if they would have went down the path of like, fucking, oh my God, no, this was in my brain. This thought train. Please come back.
Which?
Where they're like complaining about like, you know, God's like super vague with it, and then you see it's more specific and specific. That was actually enjoyable to watch, by the way. But like if they actually like went along with that for the rest of the episode, that'd be cool. And then they just ended it in like 2 seconds, and it's just like, all right, back to our normally scheduled program, I guess. And it's just like, give me something different. I'm sick of Back Arrow's fucking mechs. I'm sick of Other Side picking not making any fucking sense. I'm sick of fucking Heaven's Design Team, just the entire show. And I'm sick of fucking Skate being a really cool show until I realize that it's just the same thing over and over, just with different characters slotted in.
Like, Skate is really enjoyable, but like
I'm watching
I
the same
can
pilot
only
episode
eat
over and
vanilla
over.
ice cream so many days in a row.
That's right.
Like-
That's exactly what I feel like.
Like, it's enjoyable. I like my ice cream, but like, give me
Just
some
like,
cookie doughs. Give me some good shit. You know, give me some of that Oreo stuff. Like,
On a different topic, Reki gets fucked up this episode.
he's fine.
Uh,
He'll walk
but
off.
it-
the
But in a way that I don't dislike it. I know last week I was like, man, I really want Reki not to get, like, continually bodied the
Just
whole
eat
time. But
shit,
it makes
yeah.
sense he loses this race. He has no reason to win
Yeah.
this race.
I
But I think they
unironically,
do everything
Sorry,
they
go ahead.
need to with it.
I watched the video of Tony Hawk doing a 720 at the age of 53 this
It's
week.
It's really
As
good.
well, and I'm just like, you know what? That's a man who knows how to fall. Reki, no fucking clue how to fall. This man ate so much shit.
When it's like, if you
Like-
think about it, it's a kid who loves skateboarding, but I feel like he loves making boards more, right? So it's like him trying to be like this mindset of how do I make the perfect board, but at the same time becoming the best. But I feel like he's just not the best.
I
He
think
just
And I-
sucks.
Yeah,
I think him
but
and
like
go ahead.
they make a good duo,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I think him and Longer are two sides of the same coin, in that Longer has the practical skill to do the maneuvers and like the innate ability to, and Reki has like the brain to
board,
understand and
yeah.
explain it. But like he himself, like he's someone who you're like, yeah, can you go show me how to do that? And he's like, yeah, I know how to do an ollie
I feel like
once in a blue moon.
Reki is just there to be the muse for Langa's success in his story, which is fine, but it feels like Reki is the main character when really you're like, but he kind of isn't. It's kind of just Langa being good and Reki just being, here's how you skateboard, and Langa's like, I don't know how to skateboard, but I'm really good at skateboarding, you know?
Well, with his mindset, it's snowboarding. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
he's just
Right.
He's really good at snowboarding. The similarities are there. It's the same concept, heel toe, and all that jazz, but it's fundamentally different.
Yeah. See,
And that's where his mindset is coming into Reki. So that they're like combining that way.
see, as a wakeboarder, skateboarding makes no fucking sense.
Oh yeah, fuck wakeboarding, dude. I'm
Wakeboarding's
so bad at that,
hard.
but it's so fun.
If you want,
That's next
wanna,
season.
If you want to know how hard your head hurts, do wakeboarding, because holy shit, that shit sends you
shit
to a different
sucks.
world.
That shit sucks.
Jesus was an exception. Walking on water is a mistake, guys.
I think the thing that I think the show really has going for it, besides how nice it looks, and it's again, OSTs this season are amazing, and this show is no exception. I think the other thing this show has going for it is that at some point I stop being able to predict where it goes, because like I feel like we've already reached some of the pinnacle levels where I feel like we should be at. Like I don't really like, we haven't done anything with Joe and Cherry Blossom, sure, but like we have a bad guy and he's getting ready to skate, or like good main character. There has to be some interesting conflict somewhere in this show that has to follow after.
Right.
I feel like
I think I know exactly where it goes. Back up the hill and then back down the hill again.
Unless there's another element of there's different races, and this is
Different.
just the first stage of
They
races,
race
right?
down the exact same hill 4 times now.
I mean, that if you think about it, I mean, this could just be like their division, right? This S tier division, and it's a completely different hill, completely different area. There could also be a street element of like down city street as well.
It's a vert skate, dude.
to be fair, like the idea that they're racing down the same track, like it makes sense for the setting, because I made the comparison to wrestling last week. Like you fight in the same ring. It's just it's the personalities that make the activity enjoyable to watch for the crowd. and that's what this is. This is personalities skating, and they bring the change to the track and the court.
You're right, but I just wonder how long this can keep my attention once
Well-
everyone's done it once.
Which is my I feel like there has to be something else. Like I feel like you can't
There
do
has to
this.
be. There has to be.
Yeah,
It's-
and
there's
Wandering
more
Witch has
episodes.
to get good, guys. It has to get
Has
good.
to
Trust
be.
me.
I mean, that's like saying like a lot about this season, though. Like,
There has to be.
there has to be
Please,
something good.
Please give us something else to enjoy besides like 3
Hey,
shows.
do you think there's something good here? Tommy's not here, but
Last Dungeon Boonies?
I guess Dungeon Boonies happen.
What show?
Do things happen this week in Dungeon Boonies?
Dude, I
No,
don't
no,
know
Okay,
how I
what
feel about this
It's
show.
exactly what you think is going to happen in this show.
Dude,
Like-
okay, pause. When that thing like jumped at him and he's like, "Don't come at me!" Smacks him in the fucking face in the ground. I lost it. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
I thought he's like,
Excuse me,
are you
this is a
drunk?
conversation.
Excuse me?
And
What the fuck is this shit?
Dash, you said this bit couldn't be funny after so many times. I
don't
disagree.
think-
I think this bit's
I really
always
don't
funny.
think it's that funny. I know it's coming. Like, I don't like a joke when I know the punchline to it. Like,
But when the punchline's a giant cricket flying,
it's
Dude,
not.
If
yeah, I mean, this show's also kind of dumb.
Yeah,
I don't think
If you're-
that the
if you're-
joke's finally going to be laid to rest because, as we learned this episode, the locusts are connected to Abaddon, who is no longer in existence,
but
he
there's
got
more episodes.
wiped out of existence. There's a different
I just-
demon lord or a different earthquake. or
Now he's in the
volcanic eruption.
military.
Yeah, now he's in the military. That
I
nice
don't
little
know.
outfit.
I feel like slapstick, when you use the same exact slapstick routine, it does get old for me,
But-
personally. But like,
Okay, I will
I
agree
like
with
how
Dylan.
This has one
it's
personality trait.
enjoyable, but like, that's all this show has.
That
is
the
him
random,
killing
like-
crickets. That's the only fun part.
Just like bitch
Emery,
slaps
I like
of the
Emery.
crickets, I find so funny.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like when he goes up to the palace and is like, "Oh, you're fucking drunk," you know? And I'm just like, "Oh, come on, man."
It's like One Punch Man, but even more ignorant.
Taco
Like-
Jutsu.
It's even less enjoyable than One Punch Man. And he
At
just-
least One Punch Man understands he's broken.
What's the big climactic fight of this arc?
I will say that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Where
That's the most Lloyd way to deal with it.
he just
which-
fucking wipes the demon stain away. It's just-
The show's a harem, by the way. We're building it.
Oh
With
my
axe,
God,
The
it's
axe
a
guy.
harem, yeah.
The axe guy.
Oh.
He's in on it now.
I'm all for the axe guy. Axe guy all the way. Axe guy all the way. Let's go, Hector. Let's go.
okay,
Hector.
but like, how broken is the
I know
belt,
it's
by
not
the way?
Hector, but-
Oh,
It's
no,
made.
broken.
It's
The
made
belt
from the
is so
mythical
broken.
skin of
Alibaba.
proper
It's
noun.
from, it's from the last
mean,
dungeon. It's
It,
from
it
the last
can't be
dungeon
that
now.
mythical if it got skinned, right? I mean, like,
So, like, this is my problem too, because they don't go anywhere. Like, aren't you supposed to get to that
No,
dungeon?
we know
somehow?
exactly where it's going. The guy he thinks is the great hero is actually the fucking villain. We know exactly where it's going.
His brother.
No, the guy in the first episode.
Oh, yeah,
he was
and
the
then-
one
and
hero
then
that
his
came to town,
random
the
brother
dark skinned
appeared.
Hero, right? That's like his brother or whatever. That like was visiting his town. That's like who he wants to be or whatever. That's the main villain. We already know because he appeared here and he disappeared. And then the fucking Grandma Lolly is just like, that's suspicious. With Abaddon roaming around. That guy was here. Crazy. It's like
or
Just
it could
tell us
just
the
be
plot.
that.
You're too smart for me.
I
guys.
think-
Like,
I-
don't-
Shuma
I-
just doesn't like
that.
that
you.
they're
I
It could
assume-
literally just be his job.
I
Like,
assumed we were.
Sus.
I assumed we were going the he's cursed route, and like he like changes into a dragon.
no, I think he's just a villain. I think he is just like a demon lord. And eventually he'll just like somehow win through talk no jutsu. I don't know. Like
We
I
I
literally
think
wish
One
you,
Punch-
like them go somewhere.
We
though.
live
if
Like,
this
go to-
season doesn't end in a
Dungeon-
climactic
go to
fight like
Dungeon.
One Punch Man, I'm
They-
pissed.
they shipped
Dude.
the man to the fields this episode. By the way,
it's true. He
And
went
he
to the rice
cries
fields.
in tears of joy about it. That man's like, I can feed people wheat.
his
Just like
character arc's been resolved.
That's true.
And
That
we
man
knew about
had
his
more
backstory
character
last
development.
episode.
Yeah,
I
in this
like that
one
character
episode.
so much, and now he's done.
Yep,
Maybe he'll come
he's done.
back.
He'll
That's his entire arc.
You know he will.
He has a love interest still.
The soldiers will be out perusing the fields and run into him in like episode 6.
You know how this show gets better for me?
when it gets
They
voted
go
off.
somewhere.
The same way this
Get
podcast
off the
gets
island.
better. The same way this podcast got better. We removed the alka from it.
I think if we are the one,
It's
I think if
okay.
we're
He
the
doesn't
ones who are
watch
drunk-
these. All the love to him though if he does.
Guys, maybe it hinted at something important in this episode. Maybe we have to be drunk to enjoy this. Maybe that's the trick.
Ah.
Dude,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Make a drinking game. Every time he fails to see the issue, you take a shot.
Every time a
Jesus.
every time a character
No.
every time a character swoons over him, take a shot.
No,
Dude, I'm getting.
you'd be 7 shots in 3 minutes.
Every time Belt Princess says the name Lloyd, take a shot.
No.
You'll be dead by the
I'm
end.
getting 7 Deadly Sins vibes from this, by the way.
Not Seven
watch
Deadly.
that.
Konosuba.
Konosuba, maybe.
She feels very darkness to me.
I refuse that word to ever
She's
be
not
spoken.
darkness. She's just horny. There's a difference.
What
between
was
horny and
what was
dark
the
and
one
horny.
show a couple seasons ago? Where the dude it was in Isekai, but the dude's super OP.
Okay.
So
Demon King High School.
No, but it was something like that.
Misfit?
The dude's like max level, but he has to always be prepared.
Cautious Hero.
Cautious hero.
That's the one I was thinking. Yeah.
I'm getting that vibe with
Think
that
about that
chick, with the angel from Belt Princess, and I don't know if I like it or not. It's like
I just dislike Belt
I don't know
Princess
if
as
I
a
like
character.
Belt Princess or I hate her. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah,
She has one
I'm
character
teetering.
trait, and that is to be horny. That is the only thing she has done.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
it's
see an
also
issue with
made for
that
some of the
character
funniest
trait.
moments in this
She
show.
just wants to be naked, okay?
Yeah, she
I
just wants to have
for it.
light
And the
nudity.
belt
I love
refuses.
I love tasteful nudity being in a sentence I read today. Tasteful nudity. It's like the show knows exactly what it's doing, and I respect that. But
My
like,
issue with Belt
It'll
Princess
be
is that
here.
I think she was really interesting in episode 1 before she gets the belt disenchanted and it comes
before
off.
she becomes
But
horny.
why did she cut her hair? Like
That's the joke.
she didn't cut her
she
hair.
looked
It
better
just-
with longer hair.
She just did her hair because
Yeah.
she could.
Yeah, now it's
She literally
exists.
couldn't take
But,
the
like,
belt off
she had
before.
she had like an actually like there was something there. There was a character. Now she is no longer a character. She is a horny.
Good.
You know, I'm excited to see how OP her belt is from here on out. Like
Very.
The
like
same
we already know that she stopped like a legendary like
It's the
curse on
ultimate
the
defense.
entire like city.
I cast Meteor Swarm on all the roaches.
I let you say level 9 spell.
We
Meteor.
can all agree though that worst haircut is Serena from Pokemon X and Y. That's just my opinion.
Hang on, I
It's
got
right-
I gotta look it up now.
I mean, I don't. I think the haircut. Yeah, the haircut was mad. I think like the philosophical implications of the haircut were really cool.
Hey,
but I don't think the
but
haircut looked great.
But credit to her, she got a kiss
This
from
is
Ash.
the Akadama
Like,
Drive haircut
yeah.
argument again.
I
It
know,
all-
my dad
she looked better with longer hair. I will die on that hill. I
It
will
always
die on
comes
that hill.
back to it.
I will die on that hill that
What's the best
Window
haircut
goes on
we've
here.
seen?
Of anime?
Is it Sakura, unfortunately?
I didn't watch
Sakura's
Naruto.
a
Had
solid.
a glow up in
Sakura's always
Boruto,
cute.
though.
She had a glow up. Hinata's glow up though, pretty pog.
That's not a haircut.
Hinata, pretty pog.
Hinata got pretty milf in Boruto. That's all
I
I'm
don't
saying.
remember
Does one-
any haircuts.
Does Saitama lose his hair?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that
Matt
it?
Hair's
Is that
bald,
is that
yeah.
it? Is that the best haircut?
I think that's the best haircut.
No.
Don't
No,
think
the
that?
best
Why?
one's Bond is
That's
Bond
not a
from
haircut. That's
Seven
going
Deadly Sins
bald.
episode 2, where he's fighting the person and he just kind of
You know
forces
what?
them into shaving his beard
No,
and
the
stuff.
best haircut
That's
is
an
every
amazing
the
scene.
best haircut's every haircut in Bobo.
I don't
Oh my
know.
god, there's a mech show.
We have one show
That has a
left,
haircut
right?
scene.
At the mech show?
There is a mech show that has a haircut scene.
Okay.
I just can't remember the
We
name.
got we
Does
got we,
Monogatari not have a haircut scene?
Is
That's
that the
like
last
overly
one?
sexualized.
we got one show left.
I like.
Oh
the show.
no.
I like the show a lot.
What show?
Egg meat senpai.
Wonder Egg
Egg
Priority.
Wonder Egg Priority.
So what I want Michael, I know it's your show. Are you cool if we talk to Dylan about why he doesn't like this first?
I would be.
I just need to get out my point that I
Go
think
ahead.
this is bar none the best show of this season. This show is amazing. Everything it does is done super well. The direction's done really well. The action's all animated well. I think like the characters are all actual people. I think they're developing a world that's going to take time to develop. That's just how worlds take to develop. shows an episode behind the rest, well, at least most of them. And I think this world's just going to be really cool. I really like the idea. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I think Rico's a really cool character introduced this episode. Yeah.
I like that they took the character and they developed it in the same episode. Like, they didn't leave you hating this character for an entire week. They're like, okay, she actually just feels so much fucking remorse that she's putting on the biggest goddamn front you've ever seen. Like, because of, like, how obsessed this girl was for her, basically.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe, I'd argue she has the best haircut, though. Like,
I just found it.
but
Full Metal Panic. I posted the haircut scene in winter.
No.
I'm looking.
But,
I can't play
But
it on
no.
stream or else we'll
Yeah,
get
like,
DMCA'd.
What, 4 minutes?
But I think, like, Wonder Egg is, like, it's so close to being the best show of the season. Like, it's so close, but, like, I still am left wondering what the overarching, like, plot's gonna be. Like, and I like that. With this show specifically, I really like that. It leaves me wondering because, like, unlike Other Side Picnic, where I'm just kind of confused, this one I'm, like, left, like, in a state of awe, where it's just like, okay, but what's next? Like, what way are you going to, like, throw a character at me or throw, like, a twist at me next? And then the way it left this episode, where it's just, like, the Medusing, as I call it, where she just gets stoned.
Yeah.
Like, what effect is that going to have on her in the other world?
Yep.
If any, getting Han Solo'd, you know? Like, this is another show where I was like, when this episode comes out, I gotta watch it because it's like I just have to know, and like I hope it lives up to the hype it's been building so far. Because so far it's been really good. Still number 2 for me though. For now.
Can I quickly just?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can bring it.
I liked the show until she got hit by that. Because I'm pretty sure she's dead, right?
We don't know.
Is she? We don't know.
I was under the assumption she died, which is why I hated it.
So you don't take any damage in this world, which is why I wonder
Mhm.
what's gonna happen. Right? That's why I was confused.
I-
If she is dead, I will agree. This show is fucking really dumb for Tokyo Ghouling me by building up a character and then killing it in the same episode.
Yes.
My
Okay,
my
that was
brain
problem.
thinks she's being turned into one
Okay.
of the statues. That's what my brain made the connection to.
The stat.
Towards.
I-
So,
Like the brass statues that they're trying to save.
I feel like she's fine because they're synced.
Yes.
Like,
But-
I feel like they
But
both
she
might
didn't
have to be
hurt Stink
defeated.
is the issue.
Yes, but isn't it weird that they're not just out of it? If she was dead, wouldn't she be booted out of the dream because it's her dream?
Well, Nothing
Like-
happens until you leave the dream world, though.
But it's not Ai's dream.
Like the
world.
damage doesn't happen until you leave.
I'm interested to see where it goes with this point. Like,
Exactly.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think she's dead because I don't
No.
think the show's going to do that.
Not yet. I think it will kill somebody. Somebody's gonna die. I almost guarantee that. Like, but I don't know, Jackman. What do you think about this show? You haven't gotten a chance to talk about it at all.
I don't know.
Not
It's
sold yet.
yeah. I'm on the fence of liking it and not liking it, but leaning towards not liking it. It's more of like kind of confused, but like just I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't know. It's hard to put it how it's just hard to put it right now for me.
It's a weird show.
If the character's dead, then it's like I have no reason to watch this.
Why'd you introduce
Right.
it? You know.
Yeah, that's like
I
want to see this character be humbled after this. That's what I want to see.
dude, this show just is so beautiful. Like, it looks stellar every time they do things, and the action is so clean the whole
It's so
way through.
colorful.
And the action's so much fun. And it's introduced a premise with the synchronization that allows us to go to different settings and not just have to repeat I's setting all over every week again and again. And we didn't just leave this setting at the end of the episode to start in a new one or to start on a new egg the next week. Like, we're picking up next week in this setting. So it, like, obviously they're going to be going into dream worlds and that's going to be the premise of the show. Like, So that's going to keep happening, but they're giving us different things to do with it. And I think it's going to be interesting to see if the show ever decides to not have I be there, and if we're going to do different pairings with different girls for it. Like, I think this show has introduced a concept that gives us lots of room to do lots of really, really cool and fun things.
Just 4 people doing WoW raids.
Yeah.
So is she? I guess I'm just confused about the whole plot line. Is she trying to save the suicide? Like
She's trying to resurrect
people?
her dead
Or
friend
resurrect
through saving all these other victims of trauma.
Yeah.
We
and
have
all
no
these other
proof.
people. Yeah. The idea,
We have no real
I think
information
The idea is
outside
all
of
these
that.
other people. It's like a metaphorical symbolism for all these people are stuck in purgatory, and she's breaking them out. She's relieving their life trauma so they can pass on to the next world. Because the idea with the gymnast is that she needed to gain confidence. She needed to break past this mental barrier she had with her coach. She needed to in her own mind, get the guts to be able to speak up. Which is the idea is that at the end, she screams to I. That was her symbolism of getting confidence to be able to speak up and speak for herself, that she's shouting commands.
Now, is it that she is entering their dream world and
I think
helping them? Or is this all in her own dream world that they're
We
just in?
don't know.
I mean, it seems like each of the girls has
Everyone
a
has their
setting they
own.
do their dreams in, but when they break the egg, they break them in their dreams. Because Eyes is the school setting, because that's where everything with Kotoko happened, was in the school.
Koito,
thank you.
I like Koito. I thought she was going to be around, and I was really sad when she got poofed.
You're going to keep seeing her, because we're going to keep getting bits and pieces of this story every week.
We didn't get any more Koito.
We saw her this week.
Oh, Koito is the other. I was thinking the red hair girl.
Yeah.
Sorry. In the episode 1 that
No,
she saved.
yeah, no.
Oh.
Koito is her friend who's dead.
But, like, I'm so impressed with how they're talking about the subject, though. Like, they're expertly navigating very, very, very serious subjects that are, like, very real to a lot of people that watch these, probably, you know? Like, a lot of people that watch anime are fucking nerds. Like me, who have been bullied in the past and stuff, and have dealt with these things, you know, and I've dealt with people who have thought of or committed suicide, right? And pretty much every single person in this show that we've seen, we can assume has killed themselves, basically. And that's why they're in this purgatory to a degree.
We have also gotten that weird, like, void, though, where these two figures who run this egg dealership have said, like, that might not be the case. We aren't going to tell you. And also, they haven't really proven that by doing all this, these girls are going to get what they want. Which, you know, we're not entirely sure what exactly that is, because I don't think Rika necessarily wants her friend back. I think she wants her back the way she was. Like, there's a difference here. Like, you can bring her back,
alive.
but is she gonna be back the same way? Because, like, I don't think Rika wants to see her as a skinny twig. Like, I think she wants her back as the same person before she made these mistakes. So, like, we have a lot of things here that aren't being explained well.
A lot of shit to unpack about this show.
The fucking scene where she's at the funeral and she looks in the casket and you see the body with, like, the cover over, and you just hear her say the words, "She was only skin and bones." Fucking hurt. Holy fuck, did that scene hurt?
Painless has a question in chat about what we think is going on with Koito and the teacher.
Counselor.
He's we have confirmation. I thought he was our homeroom teacher, but we get confirmation that he's the counselor. I get bad vibes from him, and I don't like him.
I can agree with that.
Neither do I. I think it's pretty clear that he's bad vibes, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's implications that
rapey.
There's implications that he is potentially in a relationship with her mother. There is
Potentially sexually assaulted Koito.
Yeah, also something with Koito, and that's part of that, because we don't know exactly why Koito decided to take the leap.
You know, I just got this random thought. Does anyone, like, for some reason, I just thought of 13 Reasons Why.
I mean,
when thinking of
it's-
this show.
It's similar.
Yeah, where it's just like
Yeah.
where it's just like these like video recordings of like future outcomes, right? Or of like this like just like the stream world. I don't know. I just thought of it for some reason. But yeah,
I'm really fascinated with this show, and I want more, and I'm okay with it taking its time, which is why like I think a season like this is perfect for Wonder Egg Priority on this podcast, because what the fuck else are we gonna get rid of? Everything else first, right? Like, because this has got that like that bait right there that's dangling. You're like, okay, you got me. I'm not on the hook yet. I'm close. Like I'm sniffing it around. I'm looking at it. I'm feeling things out. But like, I'm willing to wait until it hooks me. Like,
but that's a lot
really,
of
really
these shows though.
we are in a season.
It's
This
really
is
not. Like,
this
there's
is-
4 or 5 shows I could get rid of and not care.
this is probably the biggest season I think where we are at risk of having a top 3 where we go, man, none of these deserve it. You like Horimiya. A lot of us like Horimiya.
Compared
We
to
are
last
on
season,
episode 4.
I already
Compared
said
to
that
last
last
season, there's
week,
no
Jackman.
guarantee.
But, like
Like
literally,
it was
all
last
of these
season.
shows are 4th place to last
yeah,
season.
Like,
yeah,
last season,
100%.
last season, episode 1, I was like, okay, Jujutsu Kaisen, top 3. Akudama Drive, top 3. Boom.
The only
Right,
2
like-
shows that have done that for me are Wonder Egg and Horimiya for me.
Wonder Egg has had moments, but I'd have to agree. And then like rounding out the top 3, I'd be like,
And
Volleyball show's
then
not
there's
bad.
shows that are just like on that edge and just haven't pushed over.
For me, they're
Or-
like volleyball, skate,
Volleyball skate,
And
maybe Kimono Jihen.
Kimoji and other side maybe.
I'd say
other side,
distant boonies. Like boonies is like
It's
that
in a weird
borderline.
place.
it depends.
Boonies
Yeah,
is
there's
the
a
borderline
lot of
between,
shows.
like absolute trash I want off and like actual show I want to keep around.
Yeah, there's shows that are just like I don't know. There's like 3 shows for me that are trending on Wandering Witch's path, where it has a really
forget
good
it.
concept.
Rate everything based off how close to
Yeah, that's just the new. That's just the new
bar.
guideline.
It
That's the
used
new
to
bar.
It used to be Somali, now it's Wandering Witch.
Yeah.
the line during which
It's just there's things
Wandering
that
line.
need to be done that can make this show good, right? And it's just they just haven't done it yet, and I don't know if we will get to that point. But
see,
I don't know. It's just a fucking mess right now.
Listen, Jackman. That's why I'm glad
We gotta get rid of the idle shows.
We had
and
a
then
couple
things will
idle
start
shows to
clearing.
get rid of at some point, so we're good. We got some time.
Do it mine first.
We have a couple of shows I want to get on pretty quick. And this is why when we talk about Back Arrow, I am perfectly fine not shooting Back Arrow for a while because I may think I don't think Back Arrow is amazing or even great. But I like
dumb mecha action go burr, robots go burr.
Yeah. It's
I
just
don't
a
wanna
dumb- It's a
die.
dumb, silly,
just turn off your
stupid
brain.
fantasy mecha.
Yeah.
if I could real quick,
Mhm.
I didn't get to give my full like thoughts on Wonder Egg.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to explain that like the show, it feels like like you guys are saying. Like I thought my cord was still attached to my headphones. Never mind. It feels like what you guys are saying. Like it's deep, it's sad. It like should pull at the heartstrings and stuff like that. It just doesn't for me. And the problem with that is that then I start to look at the things that annoy me about the show. And I've mentioned a few things, like the girl just like I hit things really hard to make my problems go away. I don't think that's how you solve your problems. And then the second one that I noticed
I thought my
today,
problem, you heard my desk.
that I noticed, when did I watch this show? Last night, is that all of the bosses just look like villains from Super Mario Sunshine. And the problem with this is that all I think about now is
Bring some water on those
Super
fuckers.
Mario Sunshine.
They gotta shine in them.
Is it a good are you a person who it's a good thing that something makes you think of sunshine or it's a bad thing if it makes you think of sunshine?
It's an anime.
It's not a video
Not
game.
Super
I know
Mario
I know get to kill giant monster.
I'm 100% with you in the fact of in your statement of like it just doesn't hit different. Like the emotional scenes, I just don't feel anything from them.
Maybe if like they got me hooked earlier, like if you get hooked to it, yeah, like totally pull at the heartstrings. I could see that.
Yeah,
Like I'm not it hasn't sunk its teeth into me, and then it goes for that, and I'm like, I feel like I should be sad,
yeah,
but I'm not.
but I'm not.
So yeah, I do want to like set this a little bit separately here. This show doesn't make me cry or feel the emotional weight that I felt watching Violet Evergarden. That's a very different thing here.
No
Like,
show's gonna do that.
but like it also doesn't hit me the same way that other shows have emotionally hit me. But this show is dealing with very serious topics that have weight to them, and I feel that weight when it talks about it. That's how it is for me.
Yeah.
It's weird because like I know how bad the topic is, but it's like in an anime format, it just doesn't sit right in the sense of it just like it.
If I could interrupt you just for a second.
Go right ahead.
In my opinion, a too childlike approach to the subject. It's not like it's burden, yeah, but it's like high school kids or it's like middle school children trying to explain to me what those are, and I just feel like it's not sufficient for me to understand it or to relate with them, right? Because it's I don't know. I feel like you make these characters look older and you make them like I don't know more matured at like what they talk about, what they do, and I feel it more because they're more like in their head or they're more like matured up here. But when like I consider these like little kids basically like kids, all these characters like they're kids, and I feel like it's I don't want to say like a cheap.
It's a touchy subject.
Obviously, it's a touchy subject, but it's like I wish there was a better way than just like making kids feel sad about it to make me go, oh yeah, this is bad. Like I understand it's bad. Can you talk about it in a way that actually like pulls at my brain?
Now, I wonder,
is that, like, bad to say?
No, I'm with you. If they didn't not just like out say it right or like hint at it at the earlier stage of as like the first or second episode, if I didn't go, okay, they're dead, right? Already. I think it would have been different. If I wasn't able to make that connection early on, then maybe I'd be like, oh shit, this is fucked, right?
Yeah.
But making that connection early, it's like I understand where they're coming from now, but trying to make that connection as a child versus now, right? It just doesn't feel
the same weight to me.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not heavy on my shoulders like it would have if we're like 6 episodes in and we find out that her friend fucking committed suicide, right? And that's why she's having all these dreams and reasons and why she's trying to help and reach out. But it's just not there for me, I feel like. And that's my biggest gripe for the show. I will agree with that aspect.
I have some thoughts on that, but I actually kind of compared to what I did with Taiso, where like I wanted to throw my hat out to try to like defend the show and to give it like some ground to stand on. I don't want to do this with this show because I don't want to give false ideas of what it might be trying to convey, because I feel like I want to let this show speak for itself before I try to say what I think it's trying to do. I feel like with a show like this, it's dangerous to throw out what I think it's going to do because I want to just let it do it. Because I think there are ways that you can work with that issue that you guys have, and you can turn it around still.
For sure. It's just not there for me right now.
On the bright side, I think it has time.
Definitely has
Let's
time.
get to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows. There's a lot of shows.
X.
I haven't submitted yet, but
I've also not. I had to put my name in. I haven't done that yet.
Oh no.
All right. Well, while we're starting with that, Pablo, why don't you lead us off with the 73 slays you put down?
Before we do that, how are we approaching Tommy's vote?
Did he vote?
Did he post one yet?
I don't know.
Well, how about we wait till after? See if it matters.
That's true. There's a very good chance.
If there's a 2-vote gap, it don't matter.
We could just retcon on something,
Yeah.
you know?
So I am voting save for this week on Sane High School boys volleyball because I think it can do something next episode. Will that completely flip over to Slay next week? Most likely.
Kudos.
But I
It's a
want this to
50-50.
stay for one more week. Back Arrow Slay. I'm done with kids shows. Speaking of kids shows, Heaven Design Team Slay. Horimiya, probably the best show of this entire season. Save. I Start You. Please kill this show. Idly Plied. Like next, like right after I Start You, please go. Kimono Jihen actually like sparked my interest this week. I really like what they were doing with this episode, so I'm saving it for this week. Other Side Picnic. I'm done betting on this show. Slay. Scar. Fuck, Scar's still here.
There's a lot.
There we
There's
go.
a lot of shows that need to go.
Yeah, Slay. Skate the Infinity. I don't know. It's not pulling me like it pulls other you guys. Slay, I could go without it. Suppose a Kid. Like, don't get me wrong. It was funny. I don't want to watch it. I just don't want to watch it. Slay. And then Wonder Egg is probably like the closest to a save this week that I would have. But I don't know. I still am not on the list of like, oh, I really want to watch this show. So it's a Slay.
That's 9.
Everything but 2.
That's 9.
Great.
That's there. That's there.
Great. I saved.
Yeah.
Same Corey and
All right, Sean, what do we got?
I am slaying Heaven's Design Team.
Just Heavens?
No.
Oh.
I am
God, no.
I am slaying I Start
If
You.
that's the show you
Okay.
don't want to watch the most, you need
And
to really.
I am slaying Scar on the Praetor. To me, there is a very clear distinction of where these shows are tolerable and where these shows are not. And for me, it's Heaven's Design Team because it does. Dungeon Boonies makes me laugh more than Heaven's Design Team does. Komodo Jihen makes me laugh more than Heaven's Design Team does. I laugh more at stuff in Skate. So Heaven's Design Team for me is on the chopping block. I Start You is the worst of the 2 idol shows, and it desperately needs to go so that Tommy can have motivation to show up to the
Okay.
podcast.
Yeah, I think we know that Tommy's vote would be at least for I Start You, right?
And I hate to say
We'll worry
it,
about it later.
it definitely hurts me. There's Scar needs to go. That show. I am so done with that as well. I don't want to watch any of those. So those are my 3. Anything else above it, there's a very large gap of shows that are just, yeah, I would rather be watching a bunch of stuff from last season in its place, but I'll give it 3 weeks and see which one's the worst one then. And then there's Wonder Egg and Horimiya, and I will continue to enjoy both of those to the fullest.
I picked a winner this year. Yay.
It could change. You never know.
It could
Did
change.
I slay back arrow? I don't remember.
I can tell you.
That's what I'd like to know. I think I did. But the ones I know I slayed, I Start You.
You
gone.
did slay back arrow.
I slayed back arrow. I slayed I Start You. Did I slay
it's
Idly
Back
Pride?
Arrow.
I think I saved Idly
You
Pride.
saved Idly Pride.
I think I know I slayed Scar on the Praetor.
That's it.
Is that really it?
Yep.
Man, I'm too nice.
Yeah, you
But-
slayed back arrow over like 3 other things that definitely deserve to go first.
That you
Okay,
definitely
maybe.
had negative opinions on.
I had negative opinions on Kimono Jihen and Idly Pride, but like I just Action Go Bird. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me.
Is it my turn next?
Mm-hmm.
I saved volleyball. I saved back arrow. I slayed design team. Get that shit out of here.
get that shit. out of
I saved Hori. Aichu, get the fuck out of here. Idly, get the fuck out of here. Kimono, I saved. Other side, I saved because I'm interested in seeing where he goes. Scar, I got that shit out of here. Skate, I want to see more. Suppose I want to see more just because I want to see where it goes from here. Wander Egg, I'm on the same side of Dylan here, but it's a slay for me right now.
Hey, Michael. What did you do to fuck this up?
What do you? I slayed I Start You and Scar. That's what I slayed.
Oh, okay. We might have a problem then, guys.
Yeah, that means there's a
Are we
tie for
5
5
and
plays on both of them.
We have two
yes.
shows that have full slays.
Yeah.
And
the wheel.
I have a feeling
the wheel.
that Tommy might have slayed both of these too if we asked him.
Spin the wheel.
No, we
Spin the
do
wheel.
we do revote now. What are the two? What are the two?
It's Scar and I Start You.
Both my shows?
Yes.
Let's go.
Scar. Okay.
Let's do some highlights. 2.43 has all saves. Horimiya has all saves. Komodo Jihen has all saves. And that's it.
Wow.
Other things
Wow.
have at least ones. Things that have one slay to them. Other side. Skate. Dungeon Boonies. I wonder who they all are. Things that have 2 are Egg. Idly Pride. Back Arrow. And then things that have 3 are Heaven's Design Team.
Oh my god.
And then we have 5 for Scar and I Start You.
Are we doing
Alright.
the wheel or are we doing the
Are we
wheel?
Can we just
doing
get
a
rid of them
revote?
both?
If we revote, we're gonna get
Revote.
one off now. Unless we get Tommy's input.
I mean, there's a good chance we wait for Tommy and he
Alright.
just...
He's gonna vote both.
I know.
So revote. Which of these shows is like
Okay.
you can't watch it next week? Like you physically can't. Because I physically can't watch Scar anymore.
Do you want me to put a before him?
Put up
Or
a form, yeah.
Okay.
Unless we want to
I'll
just do
give
it by
my
like
2
hand
cents.
raises.
Yeah, we can talk about it as I draft
Yeah.
it. I mean, I don't know if this is an obvious thing. I think I gotta kill Scar first.
Do we have one vote?
I think I give
Or 2
Scar
votes.
my,
I mean, I'm good. You have the ability to vote both.
No, you don't. Pick one.
That's the thing. Do we want to make it only one
Pick
vote?
one.
No,
pick
because
one.
if it ties again, we can send it to the
We
wheel.
could
If
just
that's
do
if
this
that's how you want to
like-
fate it.
Say
Do we want to send it to the
Heads
wheel?
up. Heads down, thumbs up.
No, it's like
I
between the
would
two.
rather not watch Scar anymore.
Like between
I
the two.
physically
Scar's
cannot
worse.
watch
Scar
that.
is worse. Scar actually is worse.
Yeah.
The right.
I like
the
Scar
rights.
significantly less.
I think
By
we just.
I mean I
think
hate it more.
majority vote. We just. Scar.
Let's do this officially.
Can we just put it on the wheel
Give-
and see what
give-
happens?
Give me a solid. Do I have any yays to slay Scar over I Start You? Yay?
Yay.
Yay? Double yays for Tommy?
We'd rather watch a shitty male idol show than ever watch that shitty CG again.
That is where I'll agree that CG is garbage.
Cross the line.
Damn.
Thank God
Guys,
it's
give
gone,
it
dude.
give it one last look on
Nope.
stream. You'll never see this slow.
No.
Yeah,
Delete.
Spoon, I understand where you're coming from. We can't slay both of them.
I mean,
But it's the rule.
Why
I wish we
not?
could.
we have too
Yeah,
many
why
shows
can't
this
we?
season.
Why the hell not, dude?
Nope. Nope.
We have principles we have to stand by.
Trust me.
Yeah,
No. So
Do you
the
know
wheel
the
was
rules?
X-Arm, which I won the wheel. This is my show. I will have my 3 shows voted off the first 3 weeks, and I will be a legend on this podcast.
What?
3
Dude.
weeks, 3 shows. Oh my
How?
God. Pablo
Why?
picked the-
Why?
Pablo picked the 3
Bro,
worst
you gotta
shows.
start reading shit.
No.
Okay, so we have bets right now. Is there any way
No.
another show goes over I Start You next week? Is there any show in your brain that you go, it could do something that could push it beyond I Start You for you?
The other idol show.
Heavens.
I don't think there's
Oh,
any
yeah,
way
yeah,
Idol
Heavens
Pride or
has to be on
Heavens
the
can
chopping
actually
block next week
work.
as well.
Fuck. Can we please just get rid of
Like,
that?
I have
There's-
bad news for you. These two will vote I Start You over Heavens every
I will
week they get the
100%
chance.
I'm
Yeah.
saving I Start You next week.
Michael, you
I'm
understand.
going
We're
down.
doing it.
This show
We're
is
having
so
a
good.
fucking war.
Fucking. I can't say a single character's name right now.
We need Tommy.
I need
Tommy
No,
is
we don't.
going to be the deciding factor next week.
Tommy
Is he-
can only
Yo,
vote
I'm
for
so-
one thing next week.
How could you honestly want to watch a male idol show over just the fucking Animal Planet? Like, how is that?
It's an
how is
animal
that less
idol show,
entertaining?
basically. Like
It's worse than Animal Planet. Like, what
They
do
have
you
actual
mean?
characters.
It's worse than Animal Planet. You take the worst part of Animal Planet and the worst part of The Office, and you
It's
make a show out
educational.
of it.
You have character dynamics. You
You
have
make the
guys
worst
fighting the
fucking
shit out of hot
part.
chicks.
And
like-
shocker, you make a shit show. Like, damn.
Dude, imagine if like
Pablo,
Oh,
how can
dude,
you not
I
want
could- I
Star
could
2
see
to
the
go?
show being
You would be
good.
a legend.
they turn
I would
it
be a
into like a
legend. I would be a
horror
legend.
show.
Have a role for that.
Guys,
I had like 2 shows voted off in the first 4 weeks. You're about to have 3 shows voted off in 3 weeks.
Guys,
That's impressive.
I have good news for you.
Oh god.
Sure.
We have a new episode of Jujutsu Kaisen at the end of the week.
That's good news.
Oh,
That's
yes.
good.
I have to go watch Boruto.
I think we have a new
And
episode of
ReZero?
ReZero now.
I'm like 5 weeks behind on ReZero.
Is
Heathen.
ReZero already out? No.
Their
ReZero.
last episode was kind of ass.
Well, really?
Painless, I hard agree with that statement.
No, wait, no. Not the most recent episode. The episode before that. Kind of ass.
Was that the one where like they talk to Gar? They talk to Jutsu Gar
Oh.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't like that episode. I don't know.
I want
That's
to,
fair.
before we go, I want to very quickly
I
find,
don't know.
this is important because every time I talk to Dylan about Fire Force, I know nothing about the show, but he tells me season 2 is hot garbage.
Mhm.
I want to find this tweet quick because
I
think
like
it,
Fire Force.
I think it encaptures Dylan's point
It's
really
so
well.
much better.
So just give me a quick moment to scroll through my Twitter feed. You guys entertain the audience while I do this.
Okay,
Okay.
like, season 2 of Fire Force is just etchy. Like, it's etchy.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Hi,
And
welcome to season 2 of Nisekoi.
It's so like heartbreaking because season 1 was so.
I'm
cool,
fucking
so
shocked.
good.
I saw that little like, yep.
It's like season 1
fucking
is so
saw
good,
that.
and it sets up such a good plot. And not only do they ignore that for all of until the very end of season 2, they just give you etchy shit the entire
Yeah,
time.
that
How
sounds
do
like
I take
Nisekoi
a
season
villain
2. I don't
seriously
I
when
don't
her
know.
Honka Blancas are flying out at me? How do I take a villain seriously? Please. Explain that to me.
Can't
I don't-
agree.
I don't know.
Titty's a powerful force, I don't tell you.
They're becoming too mainstream and they're forgetting that they're supposed to actually have plot, and it's annoying.
You don't
Right,
need
so
plot
that's
if
why
you
I
have
hate
tits.
Yeah,
Tit-
apparently.
Tits are plot.
That's
Like,
We already
Yeah,
hooked
they're
them with a
great.
good plot. Now we just gotta give them filler
They're-
hits for
The
please
anime
do.
motto.
Give us an anime award. Has it gotten any awards for anime anything?
What, Fire
I'm so
Force?
excited for the
Fire Force?
No?
I think
I'm
it
so
did
ex-
first season. I think it did
so
first
excited
season.
for the awards of the season. This season.
Season
of our
2 probably
podcast.
got like nothing.
I don't think season
is
2
not
got
nominated
anything.
for anything.
Yeah, shocker.
Jujutsu Kaisen's probably gonna take home.
I
some
think
hardware.
season 1 got animation, possibly,
Okay.
for like one of the fights.
I'm gonna
But yeah,
find
I think
Never
I
watched
enjoy that show, but
I like the character design, so
I
they're cool.
agree.
But
It's like the first firefighting show.
Yeah, no, it starts out so cool. It's like season 1. I thought season 1 throughout the entire thing was cool. Season 2, it's what the fuck? And then like randomly just forgets the plot line at the end of season 1. And then, oh, no, I'm sorry. I got to shout out my boy Jordan. They did do what they wanted to do at the end of season 1 on episode 18 of season 2, which apparently they were supposed to do right after the end of season 1. But
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
okay, but like,
Also,
why aren't you guys
fun
watching
fact,
Kaguya?
Fire Force. Fun fact: Fire Force isn't the first firefighter anime.
I know it's
It got beaten
technically
by
not,
like a year and a
but
half.
technically it's not. But
fun.
Yay, firefighting!
trying to
Think,
think.
Jackman.
One show that definitely should have probably been on here. Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter.
Yes, I
It's
wanted it
kind of
so
funny.
bad.
I don't
Kinda
want to.
good.
I don't want a repeat of the season where
Oh
I
my
watched
God.
Monster Girl Doctor and it lasted 5 weeks because we had other garbage to get out of the way
Man.
first.
Hidden Dungeon Only I Could Enter would
That's not
actually have
true.
lasted like longer than these 3 shows.
100% would have.
Hentai Heroes wasn't gone week 1. It should have been on a normal
Trashy,
season. but we
trashy.
had
I can't believe
Gibeah.
it's not. Listen, trashy. I can't
Oh,
believe it's
my
not
show,
hentai.
too.
Is just a good like. It's a good like I don't want to say palate cleanser because it
You just turn
ruins
off your
it,
brain,
but
and it's like, what the fuck's going on?
It's like that one dessert you have that like is just like it's like a honey bun, where it's just
Like creme
absolute
brulee.
filth, but like it's a certain taste that you're just like kind of want one of those.
It's like a creme brulee where it's like like super hard on the outside, and then like you break the hard shell and it's just
God.
gooey.
That trailer for that show was so good. It was so good. I don't know why we didn't let that one win. Would it have outlasted Heaven's Design Team is the question.
Yeah, next season will be Pog.
I don't know about next. The show I haven't heard anything about, and I'm glad I haven't, is the new season of Log Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched
started
anything
it
yet.
at all.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to wait until like I'm gonna wait until after this is done and to binge it because like with school and everything, like I am booked. But like
God,
decent, yeah. I mean, I hope so because I love
Next
War Pies.
week-
I think it's one of the best isekai shows.
next
out
week is
there.
gonna be a fucking bloodbath, man.
For what? The podcast.
It's either gonna, yeah, it's either gonna be fucking Heavens or fucking Aichu, or fucking something. Man.
I'm
Well,
randomly
Jen-
just gonna pull super hard for like.
Maybe
Finally
Kimono Jensen will be next week.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm
2.43 might be bad.
Where is it?
Yeah, maybe 2.43 is just like they
That's
lost.
definitely a middle of the pack
So-
show. That's like, oh, here's a little bit of volleyball.
2.43 is the middle of the pack show. It's gonna make
It's
top three like
scaling.
Taiso just because it's not as bad as the other shows.
Pacific Rim is getting an anime. Holy shit! Really?
Okay, what's up, Sean? Hit us with it.
So I can't.
Interesting.
Finding this tweet is harder than I thought it was.
Payless, it's scaling. I love that. It's scaling, bro.
It is.
I want to see if I can find it by searching this real quick. I hope I can. Oh wow, it's really okay. If I go latest, I might get it. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to find it. But basically, the point it was making is that Fire Force Season 2 has an episode titled "Groping Through the Fire," and in that episode, one of its female characters gets like just slapped around real bad. And that it just made me think about Dylan's point about the show as soon as I heard that. What kind of show
Yeah.
has an episode titled "Groping Through the Fire"?
Excuse me.
Apparently, Fire Force.
Apparently, Fire Force. It's episode 4, season 2, baby.
Scar and the Praetor's
Well-
gone. My work here is done. I can relax in my Horimiya
You have the number one show this season. Like unless they like fucking like unless they literally kill one of the characters mid-season, you have the best show. Like it is 5th place to last season. It is 6th place to the season before that. But it's number one this season. Congratulations.
Have we ever had a
I
season
don't
where
know.
it was this clear?
It's clear.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
think back. I'm trying to think. The only season where I think
I'm-
things have ever been this
I'm
clear
not-
was Violet Evergarden.
I'm not calling it yet. I'm not calling
That
it
was
yet.
for a different reason. I wouldn't call it yet either. Just
because
There could be
wondering-
some
I'm
cool
wondering
shit
if it's
happening in
like that.
Kimono. Man.
Okay, so
But like, guys, what if Heaven's Design Team gets suddenly okay? I'm done.
What are they gonna do? Make a fucking dinosaur? Like what?
Yes.
fighting.
It's 12:30.
The children.
It's 12:30. I want to do a random run before bed.
The
It is
next-
12:30 in the
next
morning.
episode, next
on a
episode they're gonna
Monday.
make a fucking sheep.
It's Tuesday now.
You're
Ladies
right,
and
Sean.
gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We can all celebrate tonight as we'll never have to watch Scar and the Praetor again.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
For a second, I thought this was going to be the worst season of the podcast, but this will be the only season of the podcast where for 7 weeks straight we are happy to see the show that goes go. We won't have anyone be upset about a show going until Back Arrow goes, and I'm a little salty.
I think
I'll
we
be-
have
I'll
a
be little
good
sad when
solid
Heaven's
5
Design Team
weeks.
goes. I'll be sad when Heaven's Design Team goes, but
5 weeks, and then things will start getting like
kind of close.
spicy.
It's close in the point of like it's just our preferences of like what we like slightly less because like all of them are super mid.
But thank everybody for coming out. It seems like we're doing Monday nights.
Still, it'll start
podcast.
saving
We
one
have a point we can raise. I don't think this is a good idea because we're watching a lot of stuff. If we're doing Monday nights, we have the ability to watch the episode of Kimono Jihen and Idly Pride that comes out on Sunday.
No,
I think
Maybe.
making it even with everything is fine. I mean,
But then Egg's always going to be a week behind, literally.
Egg was
everything.
always going to be a week behind, though.
Yeah, but at least Egg had some friends. Now it doesn't.
I mean, it's not going to have friends after a certain amount of time.
yeah, those friends are gonna start dropping like flies.
Shut.
We can discuss it in the chat.
Hear me out. Why don't we wait till Idly Pride leaves and then we'll watch the additional episode of Kimono Jihen that week?
No,
I mean, like, I mean, technically,
Pride's making top
Dude,
six
Bold of you to
plays.
assume Idly Pride's going after Kimono GN.
bro, we could literally just watch it this week, and then nothing happens. We're just caught up, right?
Yeah.
The only
the fact
issue
that-
here is if we ever move the podcast from Monday to a Sunday night, you will have to make sure you have watched that before the podcast Sunday, and that might not be possible for Tommy.
I like Mondays. Mondays are good. I have class Tuesday, but it's not that big a deal.
I don't have class till like 1.
I have it at 9, but sleep's a relative.
That
term.
means it's
I have a
bedtime.
class till like 9:30, but it's fine.
We'll talk about whether we're watching up to episode 5 of those two. We'll piece it out before next episode. We'll know. You won't until we talk about it.
You'll be surprised.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good
Also,
night.
the season finale for last season is up on YouTube. I did it. We have a whole
Ooh,
season.
I
We
saw
finally
that.
have a whole season uploaded to the channel.
That's
John, round of
fucking
applause for
pog.
Sean.
Don't
That's fucking
applaud.
pog.
Don't applaud me. It's the fact that I just rip the stream VOD and do no editing whatsoever.
Good job,
when I
Sean. Good
upload
job,
it.
Sean. You're up to stream
I mean, if
odds.
it's allowed to
Love
be
you.
stream, if it's allowed to save the VOD, then I feel like it's fine.
So, we're done here. Good night, everyone.